All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, make sure to consider liking, sharing, and smashing that subscription button. And if you're a member of the channel, bless up to you, lovely people. All right, who wants to become a member? Please do look for the join button. Then YouTube, once you do click it, after seeing it, YouTube will help you along the lines to complete the process. So as you saw by the title, we're going to be discussing Mason Greenwood, Steve McClaren's U-turn, and also ask the question that is heavily rotating around Jamaica's locally. Is there a cutoff point, but also add the Tyreese, all the mother sales, and all of those things in. I've started this stream a little bit earlier due to the fact that I know I have limited time because games will be coming up, and as you know me, it's all about football. So I will be watching the football games at 3:30. So I wanted to make sure I can get the 2 hour window with you guys. All right. So we have people already in the chat. We have New Wave in the building. We have Westland says Natural representing Suriname as well. Natural, look out for the Suriname content. I am coming with it. I've just been getting everything up to speed because obviously the year never really started started as to what I wanted it. So I'm doing all of those things. So just show me a little patience and I will get to it. We saw Kima on the big up yourself as well, Kima. Thanks for being here. Yes. So we are trying to get back up to schedule. Yes, so you're gonna see a lot of videos on both platforms. The Wemaxit, you will see Suriname over there soon. So people that wants to look at what the region is becoming, please do so because you have Daniel Duki, which could be dubbed as the best centre back in the Concacaf region, and he's just going to be signing for Suriname, just like that. Which is, you guys are going to be cursing me out because I have to talk about these things. And on the extension, it shows you that Jamaica has to up their game or else we're going to get lost in behind. You understand me? That's why these are good conversations to have, and not just all solely Jamaican conversation, because you don't learn anything, because you have to know what the competition is so you can know what Jamaica needs to do. All right? Because if you just stick about Jamaica, then you will believe that anything you have and put on the field, you will be winning. You understand me? When reality would be one hard thing to swallow right after. All right. So, anyways, let me get straight into it. Let me get straight into it because the Sunday brought a lot of weird comments. And Dockland came with his weird comments. So, but we're going to big up float management. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Dockland, the Stenet, big up yourself. Massive respect. Even the comments, your first comment is not the one that you wanted. Are you ready for a live streaming with? Yeah, of course. Westland, whenever you're ready, you just contact me and we will arrange that. All right? Yes. Then we have Sean Answer in the house. Big up yourself. Massive respect. So, anyways, now we have produced 2 videos we placed out. The problem that Jamaica had, the reason, because I saw someone sent me a video. A particular YouTuber talking about what they think is the problem, and it was based around the passport. So I've given you some history about Jamaica's football, and I want to think that it's not so. It has nothing to do with Pika, because Pika would have been considered as the 5th stage. Jamaica's problem was because they lacked the identity. And this is fully around football because this is a football channel. We're not talking about Jamaica in general. Jamaica Football Federation, they lacked the identity. So they over the last 40 years, they don't know exactly what they would have wanted. So, for instance, they hired a coach. The coach has his own strategy, but yet still the federation wants the coach to do something that they want. not what the coach necessarily see as best. And I think that is the shortest way to sum up Jamaica's 40 years in football. And that's one of the main reasons why we had not gotten the success that maybe they actually deserved. Because if you look at it, if you look at the quality players that could have represented Jamaica, you would have said that they deserve to be in the top 5 at all times. At all times. Because you don't have the necessarily developed footballers. You have one of the best development spots on earth, just getting your free players. But because you have a inner fighting and you have 3 different fractions, it always seems to be a problem. Because you could look at it from a different side as well. When you're trying to popularize a thing, or when you're trying to win, it's 2 different things. So in Jamaica, what is popular is the not the JPL, is the Manning Cup. I think everyone in Jamaica can attest to that. Is the Manning Cup. So if a player is popular in the Manning Cup for the last 40 years, they have always been fitted in the national team. The coach at the present moment did not necessarily believe those are the best options, but they had to find a way to embed those people in. You understand? Rather than him sticking to his strong belief that this is what's going to give me success. So that is a prime example as to what we are talking about right here. So with that said, every single coaches that comes in has to always start from 0 and then sieve through the actual situation and then figure out the problem. So that's why you always have Jamaican teams always started off from a low point, even when you just got a success. So for instance, we just played one of our very good games. Let me put it right here, show you guys right here. Jamaica. Let me show you guys right here. We played a very good game, and we couldn't build on that because everything changes. And I'm going to show you something which is important. When we played that game, the Nations League against Panama, which is one of Jamaica's best wins for the last literal maybe 15 years, because Panama is Jamaica's bogey team. Jamaica barely beat Panama in history. Not just once in history. We have barely beaten them. Sometimes it's like every 10 years, Jamaica only get 1 win from Panama. All right, so that could have shown some progression that Jamaica is getting good, because they have won more than once against Panama in the 10-year span, which is the first time in our history, which is ridiculous, you know. So let me try and get it for you right here and show you. All right, where's the Panama game? Panama game. Nations League, 3rd place. Where it is. All right. So, oh my God. Okay. Panama 1-0. So this was a Panama 1-0 game, guys. If you look at it right here, look at what you're seeing here. You're seeing Andre Blake in goal, Lati Bodier, Michael Hector, Deshaun Bernard, and then you have Dexter Lembekisa, Casey Palmer, Damian Lowe, Greg Lee, Damara Gray, Shamar Nicholson, and Bobby Reed. You realize that you have not really seen the best Jamaica team that they could have fielded and on the field. But what's the first thing you saw right there? All professional players. Maybe the only person in this team lacks experience would have been Dexter Lembekisa, but he's shouldered by experienced players, Bobby Reed, Casey Palmer, and Deshaun Bernard to some extent. They are playing at the highest level in football. You understand me? So it was all professional players, and this is one of the best games Jamaica played, physically played, from 2016. Like identity on the field, all of those things. That's one of the best games. Sadly, most people don't talk about it because it can't be resonated towards what they know. You understand me? But this was definitely one of Jamaica's best displays in like forever. If you look at all of our games from 1998, this was one of the only games Jamaica actually marshaled a top team in our region. We have never played football and marshal teams to do what we want. Never, ever, ever, ever. Like never in history, never in 1998, never in any other period, even with Schaefer's, we were competing toe-to-toe, but we never actually forced a team that we saw went on to make United States did what they want them to do, make Mexico did what they wanted them to do, Costa Rica as well. Yeah, and those are all teams that we can't beat, we struggle to beat. But they went on to make them change their philosophy. And this was one of the best games I've seen from Jamaica. All right. So what that shows you, it shows you that it's just all professional players. Nobody have to ask what they need to do. They just have their overall input, the instructions, and they just go there and get it done. They are professional players. So it comes back to our argument, the reason why that three-phase thing always become a challenge, due to the fact that it just can't work. Lower tier players cannot work with higher tier players. It's going to take way longer. But if you get all of them together, they have a proper instruction, they can carry out that task faster. All right, we are going to save that for our back end of the video, and you will see why we had put this on the screen first. All right, because a lot of people like to run to the Panama game. This was a game that a lot of people run back to, right? 1 second, let me get this on. All right, because remember, they are always finding something to argue about, right? So this was a game for Jamaica versus Panama. This was a game that everyone went back to. So I have to go back to show you what took place in that game. So Jamaica 3-2, which nobody talks about this game. The second game that when the players actually got instruction, what they did out there. Nobody talks about that. But we're going to get back to it. But this was the game. This was the game that everybody keeps talking about. When you put all of the players, them like from overseas on the field, they never looked good, which is not a true statement. It's not a true statement. It's a statement that I'm glad that Tappa Whitmore came out and spoke on it. So this is what we had. We had Wes Harden, we had Liam Moore, Ethan Pinnock, Blake, Taxi Lawrence, Kemar Roof, Johnson, Ravel Morrison, Corey Burke, Bobby Reed, and Michael Antonio. Big up yourself, Lamar. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Westland, yeah, man. We will talk about that, all right? Yes, you can contact me on Instagram, and you let me know what's up, and then I will see what is possible, all right? Yes, so this game ended 3-0. 3-0. But if you had to remember the specific time, it was a COVID period. It was a COVID period where in which you had red zone areas and areas that were lighter. So red zone areas, if you go there directly, which is in Mexico at the time, if I remember it correctly, which I know it is correct. So if you go to the red zone areas, you have to take longer to replenish yourself back to the normal standard, because they never wanted the virus to travel, right? So Tappa came out and said, yes, he did assembled the squads them different. He did assemble the squads them different, because a lot of people try to spin it around and saying that Tappa said he picks his squad. Tappa said he never picked his entire squad, because all of the English-based players that he fielded here, he never wanted to select them. And it's not because he doesn't believe that they're good enough. He believed that he could get better out of what he prepared. Which, in a sense, I can't say he's lying, because if you know anything about coaching, if you prepared something, you believe that the result will always be a lot better for you, even if others are more quality, which we're going to see what took place here. Because if you look at it deeper, when he sent them out, he literally stated that he just sent them out there to do their thing, because I can't pick them. I can't have them in the squad and don't play them, because Michael Antonio and those guys are big stars. So he's already admitting in his head that he thinks that these players are higher level players than what he had. But obviously he never had enough time around them to even give them instruction. And I was having a conversation, and what I came to, the conclusion that we came to, is to say that he never felt comfortable again amongst these quality players that are maybe over his pay grade. So he never knew what to tell them on this fast note. You understand me? And that's why he said he just sent them out there to just do something. You know, and they were out there trying to adapt on their own. And this was one of the games that actually showed me that Ethan Pinnock was one of the best players Jamaica had. Because this was the game that I used as an example to tell people that they did not know what they were watching. Because this same game, Ethan Pinnock was definitely one of the better players, period. If you look at Ethan Pinnock right here, ground was 4 of 4 and aerial duel 3 of 3. Last possession 14 times, was fouled 2 times, and his passing was 42 of 54, 78%. He tried 7 out of that as long balls. So almost every short pass was connecting aside from the long passes. And obviously the organization was just not there because no one was coaching the team. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're talking about quality players in the team, you cannot use this game as an example, because Mr. Whitmore already debunked that he never told them anything. He just said, go out there and just do something. You know, the man literally said, yes, he did that. And pretty much saying that he set up the team. He set up the team to go out there and fail, just to prove to the JFF that what they're doing is not the right way. So we have Omar Fowling, big up yourself. DeMarks in the building. Lamar, massive respect. Determined in the building. Yeah, man, big bad show. We're doing our thing, all right? Laugh out loud. Lamar, Billy Diamond, Barbecue, Construction, all of those things, you know? Finding my peace, and I'm doing great with it. And believe me, the shows have gotten better since we start to organize our thing and take control back of what we are doing and our intention on the platform, you know. So I can feel the difference, you know. Yes, the chat look different, and the videos are coming out much more quality, and we are just much more happier when we are working with these settings. So respect to the real ones that keep showing up, and we keep on doing it. All right, Simon, we're gonna put out the video that you requested after this one. So that's the 4th video we're gonna do today, and you know that means a whole heap a day absent. All right. Omar said he's loving these shows, and that means he's admitting that the shows are getting better. Well, I told you, I knew what was the problem, and I am trying to fix those things. It's not gonna change overnight. Yes, but it's actually working. The Billy Diamond renovation. Yes, so you see what we're coming from, people. When we talk about the quality players, don't ever say that quality players cannot. It doesn't work. It never translates. Nothing like that, because I just showed you a limited squad, which is just flat out quality players, went out and give Jamaica the best display because they were organized. And the commentator literally said in that video, in that same game, this is the most organized Jamaica team he has seen for the last 15 years. That's what the commentator said in the literal game. Go back and watch the Panama game. So he himself saw an identity and instructions in that game, and it was solely flat out because they were using all professional players, even if it was not the highest grade of what we could have done. It still looked that way. All right, so this story about if you put them on the field, that's debunked. It's debunked by Tappa, and also the instruction that I've shown right here. Float management says, what was the issue? The issue was simple for float management. Too much people on my platform dragging it into the direction that they want to benefit off, and not necessarily what my platform was built for. My platform was built to give information and be as organic as possible, not looking anything from Jamaica. You understand? Just trying to put my knowledge and whatever I can do for the kids, because I do use my whatever so-called fame, as what they call it, wisely, and it's always to give back to the people that I represent for, which is the kids them growing up in jungle that never had nothing. You understand me? Yes, I always want them to know the truth and go into that part. I never got a chance to do that, and I've realized that I need to change up a lot of things, and that's why for the last month and a half or so, you saw me trying to change back things to where it is now. Remember, all of those narratives that you saw came up. It's because I never really took charge of my program. So people could, when I never finished certain points, people could have the belief that I didn't like something when my context never led to none of that. But because others are there putting their thing, it cancels out what I'm actually trying to say. So when I have my platform on my own, it is easier for me to open and close my context so people understand it better and we can stand for exactly what I have planned out. All right. Yes, my platform is too small for more than one people. It is good enough for me only. Period. All right. Float management. I have not reached 700,000 subscribers as yet. So maybe when I do reach there, I could consider put other people on my platform. But no, it is for me and what I do stand for. Yeah. Hope that explains enough for your Sir Float management. Okay. Yes, so let we go in depth now. Warren Webster, bless myself, thanks for being here. Guys, come in, remember to hit the like button. That's how we get the visibility, and that's how the content goes places. We have some things coming up, guys, so we can enlighten you guys on it, but maybe not today. Some very good news. Yeah, and respect to the commenters that how I feel when I do some donation and things and people got involved. I respect that. So some of my commenters literally checked me behind the scenes and got involved to donate to charities in Jamaica, and they're doing very good. And I love that. All right. I love that. I hate when a person put a super chat here for me and couldn't give it towards my project them, because that's what I'm here for. My projects only, not for myself. If you guys just donate to anything I'm giving away, I am perfectly happy with that. I've always said that over the whole 5 years I'm here. I always respect that. So the persons that literally just donated to the people, it makes me feel so good and make me feel like we are getting back some hope, because these are the people in Jamaica that's making the kids can read and write football kids, because we have to tell the truth. Majority of our problem stems from how we live. How we live as the players them. So we were all in the ghettos and we are just trying to survive. We couldn't be settled, and now we have academies making the kids settled, how to read and write, and all of those things. So I always want to because that is like me. I'm seeing myself wanting that opportunity when I was a kid and couldn't get it. So if I can always do these things for them, that's all I'm into. You understand me? I have nothing more. I don't really care about nothing else. You understand me? Yes. You don't have to give me any super chat. This channel doesn't need money. I can just give away money to people. So that's not my problem. It's just here to send a message. What is the right thing going forward for Jamaica, and also my other football conversations. That's all I want to do. You get me? From my key from day one, it was never about money. I've turned down how much money people offered me here. I always said, put it on my channel so people can see it publicly, so they know that you gave it to me. So when I do give it away, you know that it's coming out of whatever you sent me. Man's ready to donate to a worthy cause that won't benefit JFF. Yeah, but that's what I've said. The academies are doing very well. All right, and that is good because I saw people texting me, people of high level football texting me and telling me that because they heard me talk about this, they want to support this. So that means my videos are reaching the right people, and those are the things that started to motivate me to do even more of these videos. You understand me, people? Yes, because that's what I stand for. So if you want to make me happy, just support something that I support. I don't like when people disappear and just turn up and just do self-centered things. You understand me? Because I think donating something in the chat to me, I think that is more self-centered because you want other people to see that you're donating something. You understand me? Rather than when I'm doing the videos, because when I did the 2 videos, donating to Kingston Academy and all of those places, I saw the least people turn up because they never wanted, maybe they don't have the money. Maybe I'm wrongfully looking at them. They don't have the money. That may be true. But at the same time, still turn up and put a like on the video and share the video. So as much people that has the money, most people that has the money can get to see the video, so they can get to donate to the people. You understand me? So you could have still sell a cause. And I felt very offended, man. That's why I just went back to my stream. I said, this is foolishness. It's like I'm just harboring a bunch of egotistic people that just wants to show off on their peers, you know. And I'm not for that, you know. So sometimes you have to self-reflect, and that's why I've made so much changes to my program, because most of these people don't see the thing as myself, and you know, I want to stand for what I do stand for. You know, I have no problem with anyone that wants anything else. I know what I want, and I'm telling you what I want. All right? Yeah. Blessings, Tycoon. Massive respect. Thanks for being here, big boss. Yeah, man. Owen said I should send him a thing. Okay, Owen, no problem. But I'm just telling you who I am. So I hope you understood what I was trying to say. All right? Christopher, big up yourself. Massive respect. Your endeavors is good. Is a good cause. Massive respect, man. And yeah, people need to know that, you know. So when they're selling their propaganda, I know where that comes from. But you have to be a little bit smarter to figure out that a lot of people will do certain things to get away, the real people away from you guys. Always remember that. The consumer is always there to be manipulated. And it's easier when you get the realer persons away. You can be manipulated easy. Nitro, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Demshire in the house. Massive respect. So let me start chopping up things. Because I've broken down some to set the stage to where we want to go. Because we did have at the back end. So let me tell you the final part where I might take off a few things, because Pastor texted me say he wants to talk on my final part, because I had something in the back end that asked about should there be a cutoff, because people sent me message from 4 YouTube channels in total. One built a video around the cutoff, which is Military Guna. He built a video on it, and it looked like a lot of people was upset because maybe they judged what he was saying based off who they think he is. But I've looked at it, and I never really looked at it as directly how people perceived it. I think it is overall branding made people think of what he was saying just completely wrong. They never even wanted to listen to nothing. All right? Yes, so and then they sent me a clip about a caller on Ryan's show, Ryan LFC that is. So you guys can go and check out these things. I won't play their clips because it's theirs, but I'm just telling you. And then one other program that I don't remember the name. It's because these guys are around so long. That's why I remember their names. All right? Yeah, so the next one, maybe one of the smaller YouTubers. Yeah, but he should be around. You can watch it as well. So that's where the final one came from. But they're all saying the same thing, which is the cutoff point. So for Ryan LFC, it was a caller that called in and talked about the cutoff point. All right? And for military, he was the one that talks about the cutoff point. But clearly, it looks like it's things that people are talking about in Jamaica. Why every one of the Jamaican-centric YouTubers, they are the ones talking about that. So that's why I put it there, because a lot of people texted me and asked me to watch the video. I made sure to watch the video and hear what he's saying. It kind of was all of... I never got the real concept of what he was saying until the end part. You know, because I think he was tied into, he knows he's going to get beaten. He knows he's going to get disrespected in the chat. But why do the video if you think you're going to get disrespected? Because it looks like it took away his overall sense of building the video how you would have wanted. It looked like he built the video shaking. Because you guys are bad, you know, man. You guys are bullying the YouTubers, you know. The man shaking in his own video. He's building the video and shaking. Like, he said, "Oh God, said why build it?" So, anyways, I'm gonna save that for the back part. JD, to really understand you, you would need to watch his previous video. Oh yeah, but that's the problem. Okay, so you guys are saying that it's because of what he was doing. Remember, I can't watch all of these videos. It's just people saw the segment that I did and said I need to always put a segment where in which I answer some fire questions. So that's what that was one of the questions, and they never just picked on him. They picked all of the YouTube channels, and that's a good thing. So it never came off like nobody fighting against him or anything. You understand me? But definitely he was the one that built the video with the title. You understand me? Yeah. All right, so let me just talk about the other things, and then that's going to be for the back part of the video, because it's a discussion that we can have, and I think I can put some footballing metrics in it to make it make sense. You understand me? Because I think that's what the conversation should be around, the football metrics. If the football metric says that a player cannot play good if he comes in tomorrow and the game is 2 days time and it's the first time he's going to play with the team, or you pick a lower quality player and train him up for 2 years, he can put in a better job. Those are the conversation that we have to have in order for it to be successful. All right. Okay. All right. So, anyways, let me put up the others. All right. Let me start with Greenwood now. So, Mason Greenwood. I love what the Gleaner did here, because I've always asked for this. We need to start put the guys them like they're all Jamaicans. Yes. So I love, even though they never stated it that way, which it's okay because he has not played for Jamaica as yet, so it's perfectly okay. But the fact that they're highlighting him is very good. So they said Jamaica bound Greenwood just misses League One golden boot. All right, so this is good because people inside reading, so they will understand that this man might just be playing for Jamaica soon. You understand me? And it can build up the hype. I think more outlets need to do things like this, so it can build up a fan base of who these guys truly are. You understand me? Yes. And they continue to say, Mason Greenwood, the former Manchester United forward, widely expected to be headed to Jamaica, scored twice and delivered an assist yesterday as Marseille sealed a second place finish in Ligue 1 by beating Rennes 4-2. Marseille finished 4 points ahead of third place Monaco, who lost to Lens 4-0. Greenwood's 20th and 21st goal helped him finish joint top scorer in the league with PSG's Usmnt Dembele, which is a very, very good feat. Under the league's rule, Dembele will take the trophy because he scored less penalties than Greenwood. Oh my God. Let me know if you guys agreed with that rule, to say that, brother, if you have too much penalties in... Yes, even if it's not directly the Gleaner doing it, at least better stories are going out there. So at least people could get to see it, Nitro. That was my understanding around it, that was my conclusion towards this thing, all right? I like that, because before they are not knowing these players at all. And any stories running is negative towards why these guys come in. This looks like something that people can see and feel proud about. You understand me? Yes. That is sad. You have to score an hat-trick to get it. All right. So Mason. Yes, I think the trophy should have been shared. To be honest, it should have been shared. People should have been shared. To be honest, all right. All right. So see, 21. They are or even though Usmnt has more assists, but I don't know if the assists. All right. So Dembele has 5 assists here. So let me try compare him with Usmnt, because you should be able to compare Dembele. Yeah, man. So let me get the next player. Dembele. So, yeah, that's Usmnt. All right. So let me see how the numbers rack it up. 1 second. Why are they? All right. So goals, 21 each. If it was assists, If it was assists, Usmnt would have still won it. Because Usmnt has 6 assists and he has 5. Oh my God. So I guess Usmnt deserved it. If you're looking at all. Elmex, sorry about that. Sorry, but I don't know what's going on with YouTube. But we are back out and we're doing our thing, and you know that the show is going to be there. All right, we are not desperate for viewers. The viewers will come whenever the viewers come. So Elmex, if you came in late, I know you want to join the discussion, and we have a lot of topics. So let me take our time build up the building. Don't worry yourself. All right, Elmex, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Hope all is well. Hope your rice and peas going on good for you. Yeah, so if we look at it, if they had changed the rule to more assists, he would have still won it. All right? You know? So he just needed to outscore him, period. Because all of those metrics works worldwide. You know? Yeah, so I'm hoping that, you know, but it shows you the quality of the player. And this really stamps oh, it really stamps how when you're not biased and you're just honest and you love what you do, or you can just see things. Because my assessment on this player, his valuation and where he's going to be in no time was ridiculously spot on. Remember when I came here and told people that the man is at 5 million, he's gonna jump to 25 million and go straight to 50 million and then get sold back again for 100 million in 2 years. He's doing it in 1.5. That is incredible. All right. Greenwood missed a penalty, caused him yesterday. Okay. Lamar says BS. All right. Warren said sheer trophy. All right. Yeah, Greenwood needed to score one more goal yesterday to win it. Yeah, he had to. He had to. Yeah, Dembele deserved it, but you understand why MG was not in the Player of the Year run-ins? No, I think. But you know what? You do your work on football. I told you that if you come out and do the job, after a time, people will start seeing who you are as a footballer, and you will erase some of the other conversations. All right? Yes, because that's how it is. So this year I thought that he erased everything. I saw even articles saying that maybe because Manchester United had a clause of they need 50% back of the sell-on value, which is ridiculous. And we had said it would have been ridiculous once they sold him. It looks like they are trying to buy back Mason Greenwood now, which is ridiculous. I saw the article kept floating over and over that it's possible that he might go back to Manchester United. I don't think he would have wanted to go back there. I don't think he would have wanted to go back there at all. But you never may know. Maybe that will be the case. But yeah, it's out there. This kid is definitely doing good things. I'm hoping that his Jamaica thing comes through and such. But yeah, he's doing exceptionally well in all competitions, and prove us that quality players with good education tend to always deliver. This man left out of football for 2 years and went straight back into football and won the player in Spain, that for the club itself, and then came back and was the actual one of the players running for the entire player of the season in the league, in world football. That is impressive. That is impressive. Bailey and Green possible at Man U. Yeah, that is possible. Determined said good player, but another luxury player for Jamaica. I would say that I don't even have to say that. I think if you compare him to Leon Bailey, it's night and day. Leon Bailey is limited because he only can play a certain position. He's not so much a luxury player because he can play striker determined. And striker lead you into certain areas, but Leon Bailey cannot play striker. Leon Bailey is a luxury player because he's just a winger. They tried him as central forward, and that was his worst period in Aston Villa. They had to change him back. Remember, so this man is just as good, if not better, at striker than winger. So it's not the same level of player determined, but I understand. I understand that you can't give up your big boss. What they call him? Star Boy title. I think if Greenwood touched the ground, the Star Boy title is gone from your boss, determined. I'm very sorry. And I think it fully deserves so, because this man, in every level of football, he was just better. He's not the same caliber player. I think Greenwood was dubbed to be the top ilk of players, like the special players like Ronaldo, Messi, those type of quality players he was leading into. I think Leon Bailey has never been touted to be that type of player, but Leon Bailey was touted to be a good player, like a very good prospect, and could be a devastating winger. But this man was touted to be maybe the best player in the football world. So it's slightly different. One was touted to be the best player in the world. You understand me? And Leon Bailey was touted to be maybe the best winger in football, you know, if everything goes right. But this man from his 15 years old, they're saying he's the best player in Manchester United. You know, disrespectful that can be. A man 15 years old and you have 30-year-old man on the field. And they're saying that he's the best player in Manchester United. I think you need to go back and read papers. This is not by accident. That's why we had so much confidence that this man is going to dominate anywhere he goes. So we have to learn to can give people respect, you know. So show him the respect. JD, they robbed Greenwood. Remember, they take away a goal from him 2 weeks ago and found crazy. And I found crazy the league don't have him in their top 5 after having 21 goals and 5 assists as well. So 26 goals contribution. Yes. Bailey will be on the bench for Greenwood. Okay, the poster they get. No. But Leon, Jamaica doesn't have that quality amount, that level of quality to bench Leon Bailey. I'm very sorry. I think you'd have to have a striker comes in, then you have Tyreese Campbell comes in after one of those young, ridiculously good wingers. Or Mothersill comes in, and because they have the whole heap of goals to their name, just play all the game in Jamaica and have 3-4 goals. And once they do something like that, now Leon Bailey pass can come up against him because Mothersill or Tyreese Campbell would have to start. And then it comes down to Damara Gray, Leon Bailey, and Mason Greenwood for 2 positions. You understand me? That's how I think it would have happened. But Jamaica doesn't have the overall quality now to say that flat out Leon Bailey will go on the bench, you know? Well, we might get them Owen, but we don't know when they're going to be the year. We don't know. Yes, that's. I'm just telling them that if Jonathan Rowe comes, Mason Greenwood comes, then it's not impossible for Leon Bailey to be on the bench. You understand me? Just based off names, because Leon Bailey is a more high-profile name than Jonathan Rowe, but Jonathan Rowe ceiling might be higher than Leon Bailey at this point. You understand me? Yes, Mason Greenwood is the highest ceiling player, would be on Jamaica team. Damara Gray performs better for Jamaica than Leon Bailey. So if it's 6 of them now, you could see the coach looking and saying, listen to me, no man, this is not no friend thing. This is just flat out football, and I'm going to deal with football. You understand me? So I'm going to pick the best looking players on the damn field. So if they're playing good, I'm going to pick them. That's how I could see Leon Bailey going on the bench. Jamrock, big up yourself. But aside from that, I don't see anything is possible by what Cranky said in his video. Okay, well, if Cranky said it, you're going to ask him why he said so. You understand me? I will not talk on Cranky's conversation. I don't know what Cranky knows. I am just telling you about football relations. And I would say that it's going to be hard for we to bench Leon Bailey in the next upcoming game. Why would he eat? You know, I can't understand this. Why would he eat Leon Bailey so much? And Leon Bailey have not played as bad as to what you guys keep talking. I saw you guys beg for Cephas to go on the field, and then Cephas looked like he did not know one damn thing that he was doing on the field. Period. He couldn't control, he couldn't pass, he couldn't run. I don't even know what happened. At this point, I am very stressed to know what Cephas actually does on the field. Like, I'm very sorry, people. I know that Cephas has a lot of fans, but god damn, they put him on the field, and that game, I don't know what he did on the field. Obviously, he got a goal in the end, but god damn, if you watch that game, you cannot in no world tell me that Cephas should start over Leon Bailey. It's just not true, people. I don't know why we hate Leon Bailey so much, but I am not disrespecting Leon Bailey. It's a night and day level of quality. Even if he's playing 5% of his quality, he's still better than Cephas. I'm very sorry, people. I don't know what you guys see, but god damn. We understand that he has not lived up to what we want him. So what? And this is the conversation we're going to have in a good day. This is the conversation we need to have, You realize that Leon Bailey has all good players playing with at his clubs. So why we don't give him the same good players before we judge him to that extent? That's my pushback to you guys. When Cephas come and play with Jamaica, he's playing with better players than what he has for his club. But he looks worse than his club. But Leon Bailey playing with less better players than his clubs that he had before. So if his levels drop, we can't complain. That means him just don't. Oh, ironic, he spends 5 years asking people to give him better players. I actually agree with him. If we have better players, if he was in the Panama game, I think Leon Bailey would have looked better. You understand me? So I think, why? People, just let me keep it football, and I promise you would look at things different if you just keep it flat out football. You would have looked at it different, But obviously, Leon Bailey said some things about Jamaica, which in the end, I don't disagree with what Leon Bailey says, because I think the same when it comes on to what he says about Jamaica. I think the same. The more days passes, I actually think the same as what Leon Bailey thinks. So you have to cancel me too, people. I'm very sorry. Leon Bailey played good with Ravel in midfield. Yeah, that game was very good. Was that against Honduras, right? Though that game was some of the best transition I saw. Jamaica looked direct, and obviously we know that Paula never won every game, but you all said he needed time to win games. We'll see going forward. Yes, when Leon Bailey have better players, he's going to look better, man. But we have to understand that our team is not there as yet. So anyways, that is Mason Greenwood. And love that conversation around it, because what that shows us is that people already know the quality of the players, Imagine the free kick goals Jamaica will be having. Duvan, big up yourself, thanks for being here. I love that. Paula show we, man, I think Paula's footballing look was really good. I'm impressed with it, I always respected Bailey for talking his mind about JA football. It's not lie. I actually agree with him on a lot of points, and the more I do evolve, I think I get where he's coming from. I think the reason why a lot of people don't understand, because they are nowhere near his level. That is just a flat out truth. They are just nowhere near his level, so they don't understand. But the more you start improve yourself and work on yourself, you might figure out what he's talking. So anyways, now we are done a next video talking about a new sensation coming in through the Youth 19 of England, and also for Tottenham Hotspur will be a part of the Unity Cup. All right, so I guess our statements, our conclusion to what the coach had said never went to waste, because at first they were trying to twist the coach's word, but we clearly heard what the coach stated, that he's looking at a list of players, and he's trying to get as much out of the pool of people that's ready, and that's what I expected. We saw Madasil trying in Jamaica, then we saw this kid they're talking about, and then we saw others coming up as well. So that I think that what the coach had said is just the opposite of what the president thought he said. You know? Yes. So anyways, let me look at the player. Is Tyreese All. Tyreese All, 19-year-old. And as what I've said in the previous video, for people that loves to bring out the meter of how patriotic they are and how if they want to play for Jamaica and all of those dumb things, because I class that as dumb. And I think it's dumb and doesn't warrant a conversation. He's 19 and he made England U19. So that means, it simply means he made the highest level. It seems McClaren got hold of John Wall's list. All was on, yes, but we will get to that. We will get to that because we want to talk about McClaren and give him his credit as well to show him that we are fair fans. Yes. So, anyways, this kid is 19. Gerald said the president needs media training. He needs to stop speaking. Period. I think all of them need to stop speaking. Mr. Spade, him, just stop speaking. And the Gensec, just stop speak. Just let Simon alone speak. Just tell Simon everything and let Simon alone speak. I think Simon is a better speaker than all of them. So just put Simon there, pay him more money, and let him speak for you guys. Just give him the papers and let him speak. You know, yeah. Just let him speak. That's it. We don't want to hear from none of you guys because it seems like what you truly want always comes out and not necessarily what someone said. All right? Lawsuit dishing out. I just said a man should not speak because he doesn't speak well. So what is bad about that? I'm saying what I think. That's what I think. So if he upsets me, say he can't speak, I just think he doesn't say the right things, and then they have to come out and make amendment towards those statements. If I heard Simon said things and he said we clearly hear him once. So I'm just saying Simon is working with them. So just give it to him. Am I wrong, people? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going too far. Let me know. I said give Simon all the statements, but let him speak on it and let this coach speak for himself. Tell me if I'm wrong, people. But I think that's the solution going forward because the gents kept making mistakes. It's a speed them keep making mistakes, and the president never know what he's talking about ever. Like never ever. I've heard him said something and it is exactly as to what he said. Never ever. All right. So it is just a truth, Owen. All right, I can prove all of those things can be proven, so they can sue me all they want. All right. So, anyways, one vice, yeah, man. I'm tired of and I think they are setting up themselves as well for making the fan base lose respect for them. Sandre, Blake, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. So, anyways, this kid, I've watched him. I think he's a solid player. Passing ability, very good. Extremely good. Vision, very good. Physicality, very good. So if we talk about big, tough Concacaf, I think he can just walk in Concacaf and deal with the physicality. Marcel, bless yourself. Thanks for being here. But I've said... Lose, did we ever? Jerome, big up yourself, massive respect. As you come in, guys, please do it, like, button, share, and subscribe. 2 hours, we are going because football starts right after that. And man, giving you a whole heap of football. I'm going to be, you guys are going to tired to see my face, all right? I'm going to be on the internet back again. All right, let's go to at least 100 likes. Oh, yeah, man. One thing I know about these people. They love the program so bad. They always been. Marlon, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect, big boss. All right, let me try and get the likes up. All right, let me check to see how much likes it's on because I can't see it. All right, the other videos, them people liking the other videos, them, and putting their comments. All right. So let me check the likes now before we move out of this segment. All right. Open the lines. You want to speak? Right. 1 second. We will do so. Just give me a time to sort out the players them and put everything. And then we have 1 hour. Parky, Carlington, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Massive respect. You see it? Long time I see Carlington. Look like him sell me out, you know? Or 84 likes. Yeah, man, 84 likes. People, early morning, you know. I'm wondering if you guys don't know that I don't do videos late on the days. So the fact that I'm here early morning and I'm still doing the toughest likes them, it's ridiculous. So the people actually likes me, and they're liking me more because they're getting more of me. So determine you're gonna wait until your turn. Let the people like me more. Richard Stewart, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Franklin said, bless up JD. One of the few that comes with facts all the time. Big up yourself, Franklin. Try my best, big boss, and then apply my footballing knowledge to it. Parky, big up yourself, massive respect. Jaman said, what position does he play? 8 and 6, but he can play centre back as well. Very, very calm. People talking about calm and technical. He's going to impress you. But if you're saying if he's ready, in my video, I said, because I have a little higher level for Jamaica, like the standard that Jamaica should be at, I said that I think he should be in the pool. Clive Gordon, big up yourself, thanks for being here. I think he should be in the pool, but today, he would have to do something ridiculous in the Unity Cup to change my mind. I had said in my video, he's better than the local midfielders, every single one of them. I don't even think he's close. But if you look at Jamaica's pool, I think we will still put Ravel above him because Ravel is naturally attacking midfielder and more of a central. He's a central back to a defensive central, to a centre back. You understand me? So it's not the same player, but they do mesh in between. The name of the player is Tyreese All. Tyreese All, you saw his games that he played in Prem 2 and also EPL trophy, EFL trophy that he plays. Good player, man. Good player. So his main position here, they did not put centre back there, but if you watch him, you know that he can play centre back. All right, he made England team U19 twice, so you saw that it's a player that is at this current pace. He's getting recognition from England, and he chose to play for Jamaica. All right, so the story about. Yes, very, very, and that's why I said, people, this bulking up is important when you're talking about football. It's necessary, people. So get your strength together. All right. If you want to play football, you can't be weak like rat. It's not going to work. Especially if people saw your maybe technical ability and stuff, and want to work with you, you need to have some level of strength. You can't just be weak, get pushed off every single opportunity you get. All right? You're more like an 8 to you? Okay, yeah. Big Benzema. So if these players get called up in the Unity Cup and make the cut, would they have yes, he would have the passport. Yes, he would have his passport. Yes. All has the ability to become to be a top midfielder, but I will bring Johnson from Ajax as well to the Unity Cup. So Marlon says he would bring others as well, and that's why you know that we are fair. I want the local bias fans them to listen to we. We are thinking this guy is touted as one of Tottenham's big prospects, and we are still saying that he is better than the 21-year-old guys, 20-year-old, 19-year-old Jamaican local guys. He's better than all of them. But we still wouldn't give him that opportunity above the professional midfielder like Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison. I don't think he's better than these guys. He needs to put his rep in. This is showing how fair we are. And we want the best for Jamaica. You understand me? But if you look at his actual quality, like how we use Welsh in U20, he is a faster, stronger version of Welsh. Promise you, with 5 minutes in this game, you're going to see how good he is. He brings the same, but he's physically stronger than Welsh. You understand me? So look out for him. I think this is a good acquisition from the coach, and this I think they showed the coach that the U23 and the U23s that he said didn't want to play for Jamaica. That false story that they got is not true. These guys definitely want to play, and I love that they are coming in loads. No, I can't do that, JD. A Jungle and Rockfort link up. All right, big up Carlington. Massive respect. Yeah man. But long time no see, so that's why I'm saying what go on, you dash away and stuff, because we know that what back in the days you came here and we chop up some things, you know. Yeah, but this is good. This is good that Jamaica pool is getting stronger and cap these guys as fast as we can. Because we're seeing a lot of players that can easily well matriculate within a year's time and make the England main team. No cutoff, JD. We have not touched the cutoff as yet. The cutoff is where the show is going to be cut off of all brain cells and just be a madness. I know that. So we left the cutoff for the final part. Don't worry yourself. We still have an hour left. All right, so this is one of the new players coming in, guys. So we have Madasil in Jamaica taking picture, living his life. We have him. We have two more players that people pinched me and told me about. Yeah, but because it was in confidence, I will hold that for you and bring it out at a later date. Hope you just respect, you respect what I'm trying to say. Yeah, JD, we recommended him to the coach from the Gold Cup playoff, but he didn't select him. Okay, so Marlon said they recommended him a while now. Okay, well, now he's putting everything together and figuring out. I think, give me a number what you give the coach now. When you see Madasil turning up, obviously, people, we have to be honest here. Majority of these dockets and stuff is not directly from the coach. All right, so we have to be honest. And that's where I have to give... Marlon, Devon Porter, extreme respect, because these and that's why my video that I did early on is so powerful. I told you for 40 years it's the three things damaging Jamaica football, and that's why Jamaica have not dominated Concacaf as yet, because we seems to don't know what we truly want. You understand me? We want to be great, but yet still don't know what is required for greatness. And we keep on thinking that our ego can just tell us something and we go with our ego and everything works out. And clearly that's not the case. Because every time we used our ego, we got embarrassed and got a reality check, which that's how the world works. And I actually love it. Because you have to do the right thing to get the right result. You know, so... I will give the coach credit to accept the players and realize that maybe his first statement was a mistake. You understand me? And influenced by what people told him before. I know he has to be sieving out those statements and try to put in what he knows is the truth. And that's why I've said, it's hard for every coach is coming to Jamaica, because they're not coming into a clean slate. They are coming in to work with other people that's already there, and we had the problem from before. It's hard. All right, so for me, I will give him a 6.5, 7. If I do see any two of these players coming for the World Cup qualifiers, I can start put up the numbers. Put up the numbers, because I think we have enough players, and Jamaica's problem is not about players. It's about simple identity, what you want, what the JFF actually wants, and if they just leave the coaches to let them do their thing, all coaches will get it right. It's not hard to get Jamaica football team right. I'm very sorry, people. It's not hard. What is hard is to come in and get settled fast enough. It's almost close to impossible. Look how long the guy took to know his team. Because he's listening to what they're telling him and what he has to work with. And he has to watch these games to see how good these guys are. But if he had full autonomy, he wouldn't have to check and wait on those times, because he could be seeing everybody in England. But that's not what he was sold. You understand me? Yes. JD, I'm happy the coach is trying to get the right changes. However, he's very slow off the mark. But now I'm trying to explain to you why he was slow off the mark. And that is where Jamaica's problem comes in. That is the curse for Jamaica football for the last 40 years. That is the curse for Jamaica football for the last 40 years, people. The best thing happened for Jamaica was the beating USA gave us the last November. The coach go back and said he needs quality. Yes. That's why I said sometimes these things have to happen. So it forced people, because remember, they want to win, and as long as they can field 75 players that is not ready against St. Vincent, they could sell the lie longer. But once you go up to the biggest league, the expose comes fast. And that's what we kept doing. When you hear Beckford talked, that's what Beckford was talking about. They wanted to come for every game, but they changed the policy over and over and chop it over here. So the coaches, them never had the full autonomy to do whatever they want to do. Blessings. Doing, hope all is well. What happened to Casanova? I think he's there. He was injured for a while. In the St. Vincent game, the coach see Jamaica team need reinforcement. Yes, he did. But it was everything come together. The coach needs to start of settled squad ASAP. All right, so since they go there on the settled squad, we are going to just jump into the conversation, and I'm going to open. Should I do the Discord or do calls? Which one do you guys prefer? The calling is better for you guys. Let me know if the calling is better, so you can call me and you get the time to say what you have to say. Let me know. All right. Yes. Sakpa say Nosaj. How you doing? Hope all is well with you and the family. All right. Lamar said JFF like to mark their own homework and it can't work. That is so true, you know, because you hire the teacher and then telling the teacher what to do. That is the definition of you want to mark your own homework that you gave yourself. Over the last 40 years, and I'm hoping that a coach comes and stand up on them, you know. Yes. Marlon, reality is just what Jamaica need. Yes, I think that. I think we don't have a player problem. We have all the players that we can put together. We have the coaches that can get the best out of the players them. But it's just the politics keep mashing up Jamaica. Do a Discord. All right, 1 Billy Newton, big up yourself. Take the calls. All right, determined said he's gonna take the calls. The call and discard is the same thing, you know. It's just the discard. Maybe others can get to talk with others, but you saw that the platform runs smooth when I can have full control of my platform, and you know, yeah. So big bad Owen, you know, we build this Owen, you know, so we can keep the vibes up, you know. We are not just able to deliver. We are able to deliver the vibes too as well. All right. Lyrics. All right. Yeah. I'm praying that Macy Greenwood forward. All right. So people, let me set the stage before all the madness starts. So the new talk in Jamaica now, because they saw Mothersill, they saw this player turn up, you know. Can't take the one man them calling in and talking nonsense. Okay. No, well, at least let them hear themselves. So they could know if they're talking nonsense, all right? MVP boss, big yourself, thanks for being here. Lee coming back from injury, yes. But anyways, let me set the stage. So early on, we said the new narrative in Jamaica is there should be a cutoff point. And I know that this is going to mash up the show. I shouldn't have put it in the show, you know, because this show was such a good show for 1 hour, 7 minutes, you know? Do we have prospect to replace Pinnock if he's injured? Yes. But the quality of Ethan Pinnock, you might not replace him directly, but you have people that can replace him, you know. But we are going to talk about that. It is not really new, JD. Big Ed Maverick been saying it. Well, I'm just telling people that the new narrative everybody running with now, because they have to keep on just changing the goalposts to something different, and it just always be all over the place. So I'm going to put it together. I've said where I heard it. I said Military Guna did a video on it. People sent it to me. Ryan had a show, nothing to do with this. And a caller came in talking about it. And then you have a third YouTuber. I don't know his name. I will go next time and write down the name of the channel. Because people send it to me. And I have to write them, go and listen to the overall context and all of those stuff. You know? Yeah, so that's what we're taking calls on. Should there be a cutoff point? My opinion on it, man, I'm afraid, yeah, yes, because if I was wondering why it came out as soon as Mothersill becomes the talk. If it had happened on any other day, I would have believed the sincerity about it, you know. But I have to be honest. RD in the building, big up yourself, massive respect. Yeah, I wanted to show him little grace, you know, because you know that he's not an individual that I see any like eye to eye with, you know. So, but I was listening because I know that I don't see eye to eye with him. I want to make sure I can give him as much grace. You understand me? Yes, because I know that you fans will set me up for me and people to argue. You understand me? But this is not about him alone. It was a lot of other people. Because people calling in on other people's show saying the same thing. I know you guys tell me that it's not only him. It's a whole narrative in Jamaica. It should be a cutoff point. So what they mean by a cutoff point for people that's worldwide, because our platform is big and not just big in Jamaica. I think it's less big in Jamaica and more worldwide. So for Suriname, Trinidad, and all of my other supporters, what they meant is, when are we going to cut off, stop bringing in players specifically from outside the country to be a part of the team? Because I was trying to see if they meant in general, but it seemed like it's the cutoff is because these people are coming from a different location, the adoption period is a little bit different. I think that's what I want to make the sense out of that. I want to think that that's what they meant. They never said that, you know. I think it just meant flat out when overseas players will stop come for each cycle. Like, how far we're going to push it. If it's going to be close to the World Cup, tomorrow after World Cup and stuff. But if they had said it's because of the adoption period, then we can just go to football and say that no. Even adoption period, all of these players will fit in faster, just the same. The first game Ethan Pino played was one of his best games he played for Jamaica. They lost. And he still was on his best game. He just walked into Jamaica. You understand me? So professional players doing something professionally doesn't need any geo-block or region block. It's not, maybe a brain telling you that, but that's not the case. Quality players can always turn up and be effective everywhere. Mikel Antonio, the first time he walks on the field, he rifled something. Tappa never wanted to play him, and he just goes on to El Salvador and slam one. One of the easiest assists Taxi ever got in his life. Taxi passed the ball from 60 yards, and Mikel Antonio run past everyone and dropped the ball in the back of the net because he was fitter and stronger than everybody in Concacaf. Period. That never needed any region to fit in. No. But if you put a JPL player in, because we're using JPL as reference because they are inside the country, and that is exactly who is the opposite we are talking on. You put them on the field, they cannot just do that off the rap. It's not going to happen. You understand me? And they are from the region, so there is no time to acclimatize. You don't need any time to acclimatize. You understand me? Yes. So I think that the evidence is there for yourself. But maybe we need to think through these statements before we make the videos. You understand me? Because it can come off very wrong. All right, JD, players lose form and injuries, but we are putting the work to get the best players for Jamaica. All right. Cutoff point is nonsense. Which country? No, but I'm trying to be respectful. Because it was not just one person said it. It looks like it's just a talking point in Jamaica. And you have to start asking then, what we truly know about football if we are going to come to these conclusions. You know, because every sane coach would have told you that, yeah, if we have quality. In Mexico can say, where is the cutoff point? But Mexico doesn't do it. Mexico brought in man before the tournament started. USA brought in man before the tournament started. Canada just brought in man before the tournament started. So if all of them... Newton, Travis asleep. He must sleep. You know? Yes, so I think I can understand where you guys are trying to come from, but if all football metrics put together, the coach knows what he's doing. The best possible chance are, Daniel says, Tottenham fan here. Tyreese Hall should have already earned his chance at Tottenham to get some minutes. Okay, so Daniel, are you saying that he's ready for a Jamaica team? Because I was saying I am not sure if he's gonna come in and take over, but he's definitely one of the high-profile young kids that could possible just shock us with his delivery on any given day. So let me know if that's the same way you see it, or you're saying that he's better than Ravel Morrison and all of those guys so far. All right. Because I said I would have to wait and see a lot more. All right, so what we're going to do, people, I'm going to put a number on the screen so you guys can call me, all right? All right, so that is the number on the screen to call in, all right? Everyone, you have 5 minutes, 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes to give your take, 5 minutes to give your take, all right? 5 minutes. JD, we want every one of them from over. No, I know, but I'm just giving everyone because we don't want to make it seem like we're just 18 and locals because that's what they're going to spin it on. So I want to make it as coherent as possible. So when the people should back us here, they would have said, okay, JD, them definitely making sense because they were just sticking on football. Because you know they like to cry wolf. JD, me and GM have a conversation about this this week. Okay. All right. Okay, Daniel said, I'm surprised he has not gotten any minutes at Tottenham. I'll say that because he definitely needs to improve the physical side of his game, but he's still young. Okay, the physical in the Premier League, because in the U21s he's actually physical. So are you saying that you don't think the Premier League physicality he would have translated ASAP, which that you could say for all kids? You could say that that's for all kids. It takes them like a year or two. You saw the Hutchinsons, you saw the Mother Sales. They all took a while to get to the physicality. Let's let me know. Wingers, do you think that we really need McNeil from Everton? We might not really need McNeil from Everton, but he wouldn't have done bad at all, you know? And McNeil is not a bad player. All right, I think he's a very good addition. All right, don't wait until he reach JD. We have so much wingers. Okay, that's where it's coming from. All right, I'm gonna just read from the screen. So people, you can call in. So please call in and take your 5 minutes on the actual topic, because I saved this for what I want people to tell me, because it was people requested that I put this in the video because of so much places talking about it, how much sense it makes. I think it makes little sense because what we have. If we had a registered solid league, that would have made it better. If we had a full roster of players already from even overseas, that would have made it better. But the conversation now, I think it's not as valuable as if we had better players, you know? That's my take. All right, Marlon, I think all will have to adapt to the rugged Concacaf. All right. All right, so Newton said, Owen, Omar, him can. All right, so let me take this call. We have Mr. Damien on the building. Good afternoon, Mr. Damien. How are you doing?
JD, big up you. Thanks for the show.
Yeah, man. The show was needed because we had everything planned out and we are back in the building doing our thing. You know, how we running the show? You like the organization and everything?
Yeah, it's like it's look like it's a total clean, like you're cleaning house.
Yes,
firing
man.
everybody.
Yes, we fired everybody. We clean. We're scrubbing down the walls ourselves at this point.
See.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I like it. It's getting straight to the point. The comments it's a lot better. You know, we're firing on all cylinders.
Yep. So, on the statement of cutoff period, the big talk in Jamaica, cutoff. What do you think of that?
Okay, so I have two talking points. That's one of them, right? If I can. Cutoff. I think nobody does that. Why should Jamaica do that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to have core players, true, but I'm not just looking to go to the World Cup just to get there and make some money. No, it's bigger than that. I'm looking Jamaicans are very proud people, right? And when it comes to going out and accomplishing things, that's us. So I'm not just looking just to go to the World Cup. I'm looking to go to the World Cup to create a noise, create a buzz, make a name for ourselves. And we have the quality players to do so, as long as we select them. So I don't agree with cutoff points. If you're good and you're up to the standard and certain level, if you come in, you can come in and take somebody's game. It is what it is. This is a professional environment, and these players get paid a lot of money. They're professionals, so you can put them in any settings, and they understand the game. So once you're good, put them on the field. That's just how I look at it.
All right, that's point one. What is the next point now? Because I just think, I have a feeling that I know where it's going to go. But continue.
Okay, my next point is this. I think it's an injustice for, as the players. We have shining stars all around the world. But when you have a star that's shining so bright, you have to support them. You have a player like Bunny. You have a player like Leon Bailey. These players are waving the flag high, right? When it comes to as far as how these players express themselves, a lot of us don't like to hear the truth, right? But look at a runner like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt always did things behind doors, and that's behind closed doors, and that's fine. That's how he does things, right? But when it comes to our football federation, we do things out there in the media. Everybody, a coach get fired, or we beat down on players. No, we're in an era right now. We need to support these players, right? Because everything comes full circle. Everything that this guy has been saying from day one is coming out, and you can't deny it, right? When you have a player that's accomplished so much during his career and continuing to play, right? The highest paid player ever for Jamaica, right? Local, right? That means something, right? Because nobody just give you millions of dollars just like that without being properly assessed, right? I just think we disrespect what we have, right? For me, I always go for sure, for unsure. Leon Bailey has always been sure. Even when he's hurt, the guy still go out on the field and give his best. The other day when he took that penalty kick, he took the team on his back with all the noise, and he still went out there with build his confidence and brought it home for Jamaica.
All right.
The disrespect is too much, right?
All right.
Support our players.
Yeah.
And that was my point.
All right. So people, I think Determined made it very clear. We need to give Leon Bailey a little bit more respect because we are getting some more shining armor. More shining armor. We should not forget about the guys them that held the fire out there. So these shining armor could have even seen it. That's what. That's all right. So respect Determined. All right.
Thanks for the show, bro.
Yeah, man. Respect. All right. So that was Determined. All right. We have one more call coming in. The calls I'm coming in. I think this is Ardian. So let me hear what Ardian saying. So people are out Determined. Oh my God. So the man said support locals and Travis beat the man. Travis, the local defender. The man said support locals and you beat the man. You see you, Travis? Good day, Ardian. How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and the family.
Yeah, man. I bless and water wash everywhere. See me there, JD, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love the settings.
Yeah. So,
and
which one are talking points in me have, big boss?
Yeah, man. Me forward there. I just use the opportunity to tell every YouTuber we have show like these and have viewers all over the world that they need to be more professional. In a sense that I watch YouTuber come and talk about football and them stuff there.
Yeah.
Man and drink food each other them outside and
oh my God.
And man a cook and man a this and kind of thing. You understand? And stuff that you know look professional. If you watch even the American podcast and English podcast, you know see them kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe you see a man with a drinks like when them sit down on a table and discuss or what have you. But yeah, so I just use the opportunity to just tell a man that just look professional.
All right.
So be professional.
So people, other YouTubers, please stop eating on the streams. Stop. What you said? What else you said? Eating and what? Drinking? What? Drinking alcohol?
Cook. No, man. Me not talk about the local drinking. A man can have a cup with them thing and drink. Man all a cup platform and them things. But anyway.
So no, but I had said that I'm going to do my barbecue because I spend so much time on my barbecue. So you have any problem like that if I do a cooking show while talking football?
No, man. If you tell people say boy, I'm gonna do a barbecue, I'm gonna do a different thing with it.
Okay.
This thing is regular, yo. I see it often.
Okay. Oh my
For
God.
real.
Oh my God. I don't know.
So,
my God.
Other day, me and MGs have a discussion about the same thing, about this cutoff point thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And we realize me not have a problem with the cutoff point, and I'm going to explain to you why, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But the cutoff point must mean overseas and local too. If it's balanced.
Yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You see, me explain to MG the other day, say, the cutoff point for me, he might ask me if I have a problem with the cutoff point. I say, no. But the cutoff point must be that when any player, whether overseas or local, carry Jamaica football thing till them qualify for the World Cup. When them qualify for the World Cup, me don't want no addition. Make the player them who qualify Jamaica for the World Cup, let them go to the World Cup. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
You have some play. Jerry, I remember Robbie Earl. When Jamaica don't qualify them and they put them and they come.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is what I'm saying now, JD.
But Arden, you see that Robbie Earl story? I think you have to be careful because there's a lot of people that was xenophobic, spun the Robbie Earl story and made it seems like that guy came in late and it's because Jamaica qualified, but that's not the truth. Because I have the whole truth and I can put it on the screen. You never know that Robbie Earl literally played before the World Cup. He played. And the reason why he never came in earlier, Robbie Earl had to go through court to pay his own money to end up playing for Jamaica. I did my research on that. So this is what I'm telling you, You saw people can send people down. I heard everybody from Jamaica come and talk about this Robbie Earl thing. Robbie Earl never came to Jamaica late. It's not true. People go, you know what? I'm going to do a separate video on it and show you the truth. I think they did that youth very bad, but it's people that are xenophobic and want to lead people down the road to that's why I said in my video, it's 40 years they are trying to fight for 3 different fractions. But before you make your mind up on Robbie Earl, let me bring the facts them to you first and show you. Yeah? And they decide.
Yeah, man. All right. I get you. Because me check said this man only come in. I think the Messi did he play the final game when Jamaica draw 0-0 with Mexico?
Oh, Robbie Earl? We can let me hold the phone. Let me hold the phone and just type in Robbie Earl and his games. You can see for yourself. I think people really, I don't know how that narrative started. I don't know if he just did not sound like he was the best, like he never liked Jamaica or something. I don't know what happened, why they don't like him. But the most of the things they're saying is lie, man. It's lie. I'm typing it in Robbie Earl, Jamaica. I'm probably typing in his game, man, and tell you exactly the amount of games he played. And it's a story. It's not true, man. It's not true. A lot of things that they have said about the guy is not true, and he needs to come out and defend himself. Even though I saw clips of the man, and the man said, no, nothing like that. I had to pay my way to come and play for Jamaica because I had to pay for documentation and going to court and them stuff to get the release to come and play.
Okay. So you ever see this man on his podcast or anything, any podcast talking about Jamaica.
That is where I could say people have a problem with him. He never really talked about Jamaica after playing for Jamaica. You understand me?
Yeah, like Jamaica never existed.
Yes, and I think that's what people used against him and spin it and make it seem like he wasn't loyal. But he was a loyal guy. I'm trying to type it in Jamaica. All right, so Robbie Earl had 3 matches in the World Cup. That's what they're using to say that he only played in the World Cup. But I'm gonna give you. All right, yeah.
Yeah. So may I say, JD, the cutoff point. Every player will come and represent Jamaica, whether local or overseas.
Yes.
And then they take us to the World Cup. Those are the players that must go to the World Cup.
Okay.
After we go to the World Cup, we're going to have addition for the youth. They will work hard, and then other people come reap the benefit.
Okay, so you want to be loyal to the squad that got you qualified, pretty much.
Yes. But before that, there's no cutoff point.
All right.
If you're good, you come play for your country.
All right. So my question to you right there, Big Boss, is every other country, they don't just have the squad itself. I'm putting up the Robbie Earl people to show you all his games. He has 8 games for Jamaica in total. But through they saw the World Cup games only, people thought that he was here by himself. Nothing like that, and that's why you have to respect me, brother, because I always go for the facts, and don't sell the fiction, and that's why people will hide it. I'm putting it up on the screen for Robbie Earl people, so you can get to see. Robbie Earl played a lot of times for Jamaica, and yeah. But go ahead. So people, what you think of what Arden said? You agree with him? You agree with him on that statement that we should remain loyal and don't bring anybody else? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
JD, wait, no, I want you to finish it.
Remain loyal. No man, nobody not. The people them sensible here, man. The people listen to what you say. Them not judge you off for make you think you're xenophobic. Yeah. No man, nobody not think that.
Right. Cause may I say any youth, whether local or overseas, they fight for Jamaica make it to the World Cup.
Once they played, yes, it should be, yeah.
And then played and Jamaica make it to the World Cup. These are the youth that must represent Jamaica at the World Cup. We don't need anybody who sit down and wait till Jamaica qualify and then they come.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. If they want to come now, after the World Cup, then can come.
And that is a fair point to look at. That's a fair point to look at. A fair point to look at. But what would you say? Your point. What would you say to the people that says that? But every other country does it. The team that qualifies them, England team that qualifies them. Not everybody plays 2 to 3 man. That's in better form. Always turn up there. Mexico, Brazil, United States. It's never the same fixed squad. So what would you say about that when no other countries does it?
All right. This is, as I said, this is my thing. But I'm saying, what if you're saying that if you find 2 or 3 players that is better, right? JD, me not go tell, cause me not run Jamaica football because Jamaica football sometimes it across this thing. But hear me I say, you see, JD, if they find a gem then. Somebody where are world class, and then feel say boy, they need another striker for give them more goal at the World Cup and stuff like that. I'm not gonna beat them anybody. See, but JD, as long as you're not injured, because you know say if you're injured you can't go. Cause I realize say when earlier on. When all man injure, man still go on his side because them are local. When they injure, they still get picked. You understand? I know them think that we want. If you're injured, then you can replace the person. Okay. Right? If your farm drops so much, JD, that not that all I want for you, then we will see with that. Yeah. But if the youth them a play and the youth them are injured and them a play good, we don't feel no addition should have in it. That's my 2 cents, bro.
All right, respect. I like it still. I was just asking how you look at it from that side because you know every other country does it. You qualify and they change the ball as them, and all of the big country them do it. So I'm just asking you, why make Jamaica different? And you gave your answer. It's okay. I'm okay with that, big boss. I'm okay.
Yeah, man. And then I mean, I tell the man them again. When you not talk about cut off point, talk about local and overseas. Nobody come when you on a year say player come on a gun this cut off thing.
All right.
Talk about it.
And Ardian, I'm gonna put up. I have Robbie Earl information on the screen now, so I'm gonna talk about that. Then I will take the next call. Yeah.
All right, blessing, bro.
All right. All right. So Ricardo Baggio. The reason why he never played Ricardo Baggio, but he never played only 3 games. He played 8 games for Jamaica, and it's because he spent his own money to come and represent Jamaica. Nobody helped him with those legal battles that he has for the paperworks. Ricardo. All right? So that's what I'm talking about. And that's something that I know for a fact. All right? So that story. Good morning, Simon. How are you doing? Yeah, man. So that story that people always want to fight against the guy wanted to play for Jamaica long before that as well. JD, Coach McClaren did say at a previous press conference, hold on. That improving the squad is never ending project. Thank you, man. Yeah, but Simon, it leads to this war now, Simon. It leads to this war, and that's why we're having the discussion, Simon. You understand me? Because the Jamaica, all of the Jamaican federations, them, like not the Jamaica Football Federation, the Jamaica Federation, the second one. So all of the YouTubers, them, all of the radio man, them, they are saying, they are saying that it should be a cutoff point. So that's why we are trying to educate them on this cutoff point thing is not really a good thing to think at any point, you know? Yes, go ahead, Marlon. OAD, Marlon. Marlon, how your phone so low, big boss? I not hear you. Yeah, man, you come up a little bit higher.
Massive. Now into the person who was on this side of the world. Good afternoon to you over there, the place called Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The rest of fan base who's on the continent of Africa and Europe and stuff in the Caribbean. Big up. No, but JD, even to touch on the Robbie Earl thing, Robbie Earl made his debut in 1997. So he really have to let someone know that he played in qualifiers.
Yes.
So he just came and played World Cup and didn't play back.
Yes, we want to clear that up, people. Robbie Earl talked himself that it really hurt him because Jamaican people thought that he only used Jamaica and he heard it. He answered over and over that he had problems. He had Ricardo, please. I am telling you what the guy said. He said he had a legal battle to do his switching for Jamaica. That's why it took him so long, and he still came in and played games. So Marlon, please educate me. Why them take it on this guy so? Because the information of him playing only World Cup games and Jamaica enough to do this over and over, and because them always use him as a poster boy. That is not true, Marlon. So how can we run with that lie for so long?
Jerry, there's a thing called delicate information for him. Right? You can go over there, people say, right? And to work with that qualifiers, right?
Yeah.
I remember as a teenager going to school in 97 when he came out, I think it was in September. Right? I don't remember if it's Canada, but I know he replaced Liam Burton when he made his debut. Right?
Okay.
So I think he played either 3 or 4 games before they went to the World Cup.
Yes, they are showing it on the screen. We have it on the screen that he did play more than 1 games before he even went to the World Cup. So the story of them always say, because remember the reason why this came back up, and I knew that it would have come up, is because they are talking about the cutoff point. So they are trying to say that people only want to turn up to Jamaica when they see that there is a possibility of them making the World Cup. You understand me? Bless up everyone that's coming in the chat. Respect. It's just because we are on the phone calls. All right? Yeah. So let me discuss a little bit, Marlon. So Yeah, and I love the fact that Simon is educating people. So how can radio on those places making these Simon because people said YouTubers should get regulated. This is on radio.
I was talking about that. I didn't research that. I said I know he replaced Dion Burnley. He made his debut against Canada. So Simon is still in the game that he played.
Yeah, I know. But what we're complaining about, Marlon, they always said YouTube need to be regulated. And I think we are always the one trying to out the fire and telling Jamaican people the story like the right story. Because they're leading a lot of people astray. Because they make it seem like a lot of people will come and take the local guys them game. And it's not fair because they never got us anywhere. But that is not true. You understand me? That is not true. The guy played games. He had challenges before he came in. The others, as what Simon just said, all of them come in late then if you're going to blame only one man. I think, Marlon, what I think is because he's on ESPN and those places, and it seems like he always shy away from talking about Jamaica.
What I'll say, JD, as Simon said, that if they put in that Ireland came in it, right? Because basically, it was when the second round started. Basically, all of them made their debut from Paul Simpson back to Burton, right?
Yes.
When he went on that run, right? So, as a person who comes, immediately someone and say, "Oh, I didn't know Robbie Earl played qualifiers." So yeah. I say, even the last game against he was on the bench.
Yeah. So people, this story about Robbie Earl just come and use Jamaica. I can tell you the man trying best to play for Jamaica. So I think you guys, go ahead, man.
I remember it was in the article about them in BBC and stuff. They said that he turned down England to represent Jamaica. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So Simon here. Okay, Simon says, Sports City. The narrative, JD, is that you have people in JA think what happened at home versus Panama in 2021 will happen again. Yeah, but with this, that's why I'm loving that I started my show with that and I explained it. Tappa literally cleared up all of that. Tappa literally tell people, listen to me, me just tell them what some forgot there because I never picked them. I wanted my whole 30 players and then fire half of my 30 players. So I just put them out there to prove a point. So that shoot should be out there as well. So that Tappa interview need to be pushed further. You understand me? You understand, Simon? That Tappa interview need to push further. So let people know that, no, this man purposely send them out there without instruction and they are the ones trying to fit in. And I still found Ethan Pinnock in that game, Marlon. Ethan Pinnock was a beast in that game. In the same game that he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't have a clue what will take place in Jamaica. And he just came up and had a very good game. And they lost the game 3-0. But if he was not as good, we would have lost 10-0. You understand me? So that should not be on the players. It should be who is in charge as well. So a lot of people should be blamed for that, I am going to do something on that interview because we have to start pushing back because we need to sell the people these players. We need to sell them. And the reason why we need to sell them to them because they are going to be here and the coach need to have an easier time because these are actually the better players. And if we keep on fighting against them,
Right. How did it move to the you will see all those players talk about them. Like I remember that they were red zone that especially UK.
Yes. I did explain that. I did explain that to the masses.
So that's why they didn't stop him. So if it wasn't for that situation, we would see a mixture of all the better players playing together.
Yeah. But well, Tappa tell you, Marlon. We know you can talk all you want. Well, Tappa tell you him purposely designed it that way and it wouldn't have gone any other way, according to him. So we have to hold him to his word, Marlon. That's what him said. Me know you like to give the boss some grace, but that's what him said. And I thought I want to take him at what he meant. So him we are blame Marlon. We are blame him, and him say it out of his mouth. Not care what you want to tell the Marlon, him we are blame. Alright?
But don't leave Tappa alone. Tappa is...
No, but Marlon, but Marlon, and people need to look at this, Marlon. When we went back to play Panama again, we did play them again, people forgot. We did play them again. The game was 3-2. That was a very good game we put in. Nobody talks about that. So is it not the same set of players we used to play? I'm going to go back and show people. We did play them, and it was the same set of players. The same set of players we used. We lost 3-2, but it was a way better game. We played, and let me put it up on the screen. It was the same set of players we used, right? We had Ethan Pinnock, the whole backline similar. Mariappa in the backline, Javian Brown in the backline, Williams. So look at the same set of players. So why nobody talks about when we had pushed 2 goals past Panama, something that we have never done, Marlon. We never did that in history before that time. In Panama, it never happened.
Yeah,
we had a trial before that. Because I heard the commentator said in World Cup qualifiers Jamaica never scored 2 goals against Panama. So let me check. At home. Let me check to make sure. Panama, Jamaica. Because we have it right here. But someone will let us know. So all I'm saying is, look how fast the guys them turn around. So our point stands. When you have professional players on the field, they are easier. It's easier for them to adapt to situation because they play for coaches day in, day out, and just follow instruction. When you have lesser professional players, you're going to have more trouble to have organization at a faster rate. So the cutoff point makes no sense due to the fact that if you do bring these guys in, and look at a perfect example, Marlon. Al Grimson, when Al Grimson comes in, what he said about the players them locally. This is not we said this, people. What Al Grimson said, people, remember good. Al Grimson said that the local players, they are fast. He saw some good things from them, but the education is so far behind, it's going to take longer for him to get them ready for the level that he could have gotten a player overseas to play. Please, someone find that interview. The man literally said everything about why he doesn't have any cutoff point. That was our previous coach, He literally said that word for word. We beat Panama 3-2 in a friendly 2019. But yeah, in Panama, okay. So the commentator was telling the truth, but we did beat them. We scored 3 goals on them in total. Okay. But in the World Cup, we never scored over 2 goals. So Marlon, Simon said it's right. So Marlon, so why we never give this credit to say that the man them go to Panama and did history for Jamaica in Panama after just a fast return, right, Marlon? Should that not be the Yeah, but me say, Marlon, so why nobody use that as the point to say that, oh wow, they lost 3-0, but as soon as they got it back together and they played a second to third, fourth game, they look like a better team and go and did something that Jamaica never did before. So you see that maybe this process is a better way to go because look how fast they are improving. You see, narrative can take any direction, You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's just rough, but
I think the coach see the piece that he need to improve the team, right? And we basically I know that every season there's always breakout talent there. Players always come from nowhere, right? If you look at all the teams, you look at England team, where Skelly is now in the team. If you think that you'd have been playing international football last year, so. That's why I said cutoff point. I never supported that. So, from my opinion, I think the door is always open for players because they have a thing called injury.
Yes.
Lot of and a player will come and break through eventually.
So in general, for every team, not just even Jamaica, but
for every team.
Oh, okay, love that.
I think there's only one thing in football doesn't really rotate player that much. And it's Argentina.
Yes,
if you look at
yes.
it.
Yes, and that's why they're not winning any more World Cup, you know? Because their players tired, you know?
And it's the World Cup not playing.
Marlon said that against the World Cup not playing. That's the only way Argentina doesn't win the next World Cup. Oh my God. All right. So Marlon, the next point, we were talking about this little kid, which I am a Tyreese all. We have someone came in from England saying that they do watch this kid and he should have made his full debut for Tottenham a long time now because he has been performing in U21s, which I've watched some of his games and I'm impressed with him, but I don't know if it's going to translate immediately. They are Mackenzie, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. What you give of him?
You know, it's my opinion, right? I think he has everything. All the attributes are there. As a person said to you that he's not the most physical as a box-to-box player, right? So even when person was quoted him and said that he can play CDM, right? He's better with the ball going forward than defending with the ball, right? So it's for him to really come and adjust himself to international football. And if you look at it as well, he hasn't played against big man footballers yet. So we have seen a lot of players come from Prem 2, dominate Prem 2, even go alone in League 1 and League 2 and struggle. So the good thing about this, you know, is international football. So you can take your time and give him the opportunity to really see what the quality he has. Right?
Yeah.
I have to give the coaches credit. He was recommended from the semi-state game, and it's really good to see that the coach saw the ability there, and now if he gets called off, it's really sure that the work that we are doing really is paying off.
Yes. And you feel more comfortable now that you saw that the coach, because remember the coach started from a statement that 23-year-old maybe don't want to play for Jamaica, so maybe his target is going to be different. You think that his mind completely changed since that statement, right? Because I believe so now, you know.
Guess what? It was, as I say, the best thing happened for Jamaican football over the past year is that beating over from USA. So he show you where the coach can judge where Jamaica should be, right, with the players he has. So losing to USA was the best thing that happened to us. We got past USA and I went down to the National League semi-finals, past the final.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Probably this adding to the squad and adding more quality to the squad wouldn't be that much.
Okay. All right, then respect, big boss. Yeah, because I just wanted to give him his credit to show them that we're not biased. If I do see him doing the best thing, I have to applaud it. And I think what I saw now with and he proves to me that what I know, I'm not going to talk here publicly. He proves to me that, yeah, I'm not going to go into no more details, but people, he proves to me that we should give him little time before we judge him, because I think he never knew about a lot of these things. Let me put that there. I know that he never knew about certain things now. I can be honest to the fans, you viewers, he never knew about some of these players, period. So even me misrepresented him, and I'm very sorry for that. But it's people led me down the wrong road for me to think that he knew because I had provided it. And I have to tell him sorry. So I'm a big man and can say I was wrong. And believe me, I have a belt. I wait to beat the next one. The next person will make me wrong. I have a bet. That's why I made Robbie mode from the other day. You know, let me stop put out more information. Let me finish. Yeah, Marlon. So big boss. Let me take the rest of calling because we have like 2 calls coming in. Yeah. All right, big boss. Yeah. All right. So we need to give the coach some grace. All right. So Ricardo said that the player never played for Jamaica until Jamaica qualifies. Ricardo Baggio, that is proven to be not true. Ricardo Baggio, please. The man did play. Look, Ricardo Baggio, it's on the screen. He played World Cup qualifiers. He played against Canada. He played against Costa Rica. Jamaica qualified before they played. I don't believe that's the case, you know. So, Baggio, please clear it up. He did play. All right, Baggio? As to what I saw you wrote. All right? So, Baggio, let me know. Let me know. All right, so let me try get. Martin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Yes, and everyone that came in, bless up yourself. Please do it like button. We have 200 in the chat. Hopefully, we are over 100 because we did almost 2 hours. And you know, our thing is we need 100 likes. 200 plus likes should be the target. But 100 likes looks good at first. So once it passes 100 likes and going to the 200, we have achieved our target. All right, make it big up yourself, and everyone that's coming in, big up yourself as well. All right. Okay. All right, people. Call back. All right, so with the Concacaf, I have a different video for Simon. I've already said that. We are in which I'm going to talk about how Jamaica could qualify and how the things have changed. All right, that's something that we need to talk on. I don't have all the dockets here, so I'm going to do it in a separate, shorter version video. All right, let me see. We saw J-Ross and J-Ross not man say him remember well. When the data is right in front of him. Yes, Baggio. I remember that as well, Baggio. I'm not that young. I'm sensible. Maybe I'm still young, you know. I'm still young, Baggio. I'm not that old. Maybe you're older than me, but I'm telling you, Baggio, what we are saying about this player is not correct. All right. So JD, are we going to judge the coach in the Unity Cup? No, we're not going to judge the coach in the Unity Cup. We are going to just watch and see what talents come in and what they do and how fast they can switch over. I hope he be as transparent as possible at what stage they are at with their paperworks. So if they performed well, and that's why I told you guys that the story about who can play in the Unity Cup was not accurate. You understand me? Because you might see people that everything has not been put together as yet. You understand me? Because it's reasons why people partaking in the Unity Cup. And sometimes a man paper, it just takes an extra week. But they need to see him now. So it can't be for other just purposes for other people. That's not really in the beneficial spot as in immediate games coming up. Because the African sides, it's not in the beneficial spots. It's the actual Caribbean sides in the beneficial spots to work on things. All right? Yes, but I have it on the screen, you know, people. So I'm telling you, Robbie. Yo, this. Okay, Robbie Earl played for Jamaica, Reggae Boyz, after they qualified for 1998, not during the qualifying matches. He joined the team. Oh my God. So that's why that's why people saying that. What Robbie Earl did play. So I don't, Simon, that's around, let me tell these people, when Simon talks about history on the Reggae Boyz, remember, you know, what Simon doing now, you know, working for football in Jamaica, you know, this is what Simon wanted to do for his entire life. That's why I never had a problem with Simon going into the damn JFF. That's why I never look at it no different, because this is what Simon told us from day one. So I was always okay with that, and I think that his knowledge would always be helpful. So he's telling you that this man played before the World Cup, and you know what, we have to, people, we're going to try and get Robbie Earl to come and tell himself which games he had actually played. All right, because it looks like Jamaicans not giving up on this man, not letting up from giving this man a beating. I don't know what he did. But people just don't want to believe. I don't know if I know that he doesn't sound like. I think something happened in Jamaica. Let me tell you what I think. I think something happened between him and Jamaica. Why he doesn't talk about it so much, I don't know. I would like to get him on and we talk and let him know that people always have a little problem against him and how he could improve on that. All right. Yes, we need to. That needed. All right, we need to, because it need to stop, man. Come on, we need to lead with the actual facts, in a man. Yes, I have it on the screen, but people still sending me a message saying that their information said Robbie Earl has not played until the World Cup. But they are showing me on Google for real. It's not lie. They are showing me that, but I know that is not true. I've watched the player before, you know. So I'm sorry. Hello, Jermaine. How are you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and the family.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. Travis Passo. Today is Sunday morning, Travis. Can we please have a peaceful Sunday morning, sir? Oh my God. We are using Travis.
Okay. We're gonna try get to Travis one day, because sometimes he's fighting in the chat, and when you check his brain cell in reality, he might not sound the same way. So we will try and get him. We are gonna figure out. He blocks us on all platforms, so we can't call him.
I am mercy. Travis, today is Sunday morning, man. All right, let me ask about this Robbie Earl thing, right? Some people gonna have that narrative, right? And I think it's a waste of time, even though everybody is right to their own opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is from when, right? Yes, and move on. I really don't see anything for Jamaica I could do wrong. But I'm not gonna knock him. I'm not fighting him. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just move past that, right? Move past that. Back to this, as you guys said, people kind of think that what happened Panama at that time, you know, people kind of have that flashback.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I have a discussion yesterday, I think this is my opinion, not JD, not anybody. What Tappa come out of his mouth and said, that's a national disgrace, right? We won the national team again, right? That's just me. There's nothing to do with you. I'm owning that, right? So, everybody needs to, you know, just calm down, go back to watch the interview, listen to what the man said. He did this on purpose. You know, I just think everybody just up in the air with them feelings and all that, right? Just calm down, man. Today is Sunday morning, man, you know?
Yes.
This is some...
But you know, it's the ones to string up the people and just expect fire. So Travis just come out with him sword, a beat, and nobody not fighting with him, you know? Everybody trying to get the information because we are providing the information. This is something I've been around Jamaica for the longest time. I heard people talking about, you know? I mean, you know, saying right. They're not right, you know? And they're on the radio saying these things, on TV saying these things. And I'm saying, oh, what did Robbie Earl did? I had to go back and start researching what him do Jamaica so bad. For people hate him so, and I'm telling you, please, I'm going to show you how much they don't like him. Go on YouTube and see him in those videos, and you're going to see for yourself how they chat bad about the guy. Jamaicans, and they're identifying that they're Jamaicans, you know, and then start disrespect the guy after. And I'm saying, what happened? And every time they talk, you're saying, okay, so you're hating on the guy for a inaccurate statement. So something that he never did. Right, God. That is so bad. That is so bad, though.
I don't want to get beaten on the chat from Travis right now, but Mr. Travis, I'm not here to beat you, sir. I'm here for peace this morning. You understand?
Yes.
Peace this morning, man. I'm CC Sport Lab. I've been seeing on the chat this morning, too. So we have a productive Sunday morning. Just think of Sunday school back in the days, right? Have a good look about it, man. And I'm even come for beat, man. I just talk where I talk, man. All right? JD, big up yourself, man. All right?
All right. Thanks. You have any other questions to drop? Or you're okay? You're just healing the people?
No, man.
Okay.
All
right. Respect. Father Jermaine. Yeah, man. All right. So that is Father Jermaine, my fellow Jamaican brother. Junglist, not Jamaican, Junglist. Me and him come from Arnett Garden. I think he said he comes from over Tank, and I'm from Trenchtown, deeper in Zimbabwe to be exact. My street was Zim, so if you know Zimbabwe, that's where I grew up early on, you know. Yeah, and even the other day I was telling people that I went to Trenchtown Primary, and a lot of people tell me that, oh, you don't have Trenchtown Primary. I said, I never knew that you don't have Trenchtown Primary anymore. But yes, I did, because someone came to me and said, yo, JD, if you tell them lies they publicly, people will look at it different, you know. And I said, what lie? And the man said, Trenchtown Primary. So the man never even knew that you had Trenchtown Primary. And I said, brother, why would I lie? I should know which primary school I went to. I usually played against Irish Gelly, Jonestown, and Mexico Field, and all of those things. I usually play for Trenchtown Primary. So you don't tell me that we never had Trenchtown Primary. You know, so he never knew that you had Trenchtown Primary. So you see, sometimes my program really helps people, you know, because I never knew that the school doesn't exist anymore. But yes, I went to Trenchtown Primary. Trenchtown Primary. Go ahead. Oh, Mr. Thomas, you know I can't pronounce Thomas. And the wordsmith them will criticize me, you know. Yes, Mr. LAL, how are you doing?
Yeah, man. Top of the morning. Big up yourself.
Yes. What?
You know, I never know say yeah, Bob Marley roll together, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm trying to give them some of my history, but I've realized that maybe it kind of show that I'm a little bit older, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, man. But the thing that when where some persons me the kind of talk about say Tappa is a disgrace to him say out time out there a while ago.
Okay, so that's what you want to tackle.
Yeah, me like a car now, but me hear him say that now, I said no, sir, because he misunderstand what Tappa really say.
Or you mean he misunderstand what he really said, or you never understand what him say? So explain what you think him say, and then we tell you what he said.
Tappa clarify the fact of the JFF bringing in all of the overseas players them were just signed on, right?
Yes.
And he made a statement to say that why would you carry all of these ball come down, these top ball come down, and at this point of the team, and don't give them any game.
Okay, but I think the caller was correct. You and him saying talking about two different parts of the conversation. Yes, the squad picking, Tappa says that it wasn't him. It was the JFF that picked that squad and put the players them in it, because you should remember, at that same time the JFF and the players that Tappa friend them in a war. So some of the players them that Tappa talk for get back in, them in, but him upset and want all of his players. So him tell you say he never picked the team, the squad, but him put out those players out there on purpose because you cannot play them. That's what he said. And
he make this statement to say, look here, in a manner sense, me carry all these players, these big name players, come
and
down
don't
here,
play them.
and just put them on the bench. Cause in a look good for see
yes.
Mikel and Tony come down and getting a game time and
so
whatsoever.
AL, so that's what he's saying. So that's why him tell us it's a disgrace, because Tappa should have not played them or mixed the squad again.
No, he remember when he called him back, he mixed the squad in the second match. He make a better mix with the squad in the second match than in the first.
Carla, the first match. The first match. Oh, you're talking about the next one in Panama?
Right.
No, the reason why that's no. Carla. I think the viewers are much more informed than you on this one. You had the region blocks at the time, in which in Mexico was a red zone. Panama was not necessarily red zone. So in that window, we had chances to play both squads both places. The English players them most of them that are on the elite Premier League teams would have only be available for truly one of the games then, because they would have to go back to Premier League. And remember, the Premier League clubs them never wanted their players to play and then have to take not the travel, but travel into the red zones, so they have to sit back down for 12 days. So they would have lost 3 games and not want to send the players again. So they only had 1 match. So that's why he said he forcefully put them out there. But he never had to put them out there. He could have benched them again. But him saying the JFF set him up. JFF set him up, so him have to put them out there. That's what he said. So the caller is right.
And he put them out there to prove a point to say that irrespective of the fact that you go against his wishes because in the COVID period, you can't just as I just say some places were zoned, right? And in order for them to come play and to go back over to play in the respective clubs, it takes certain time.
Okay.
So
yes.
What I see what he was saying, that irrespective of what you want in those overseas players coming in at a good point to affect the team in a positive way, certain things were delayed more than like, and when these things were clarified now in this Caribbean, then one can everybody come at the same time. What they should have done at the JFF should have supposed to work with him to see how many persons can come in at a particular time, but it seemed like the communication back then was literally non-verbal because nobody come like nobody to talk to nobody. So he went on a limb to say, look here, because I remember he did left Paul Hall out here to coach the team while he was away.
And he made statements at the same time talking about that Paul Hall, the English guys, them and him, the them keeper. So
yes,
that
and person
big up Unon, big up Unon, and everyone is coming in. Yeah.
Person was saying at the time that it was Paul who picked the team. But he clarified to say, no, nobody can pick the team for him. He put them out there on the field to prove the point that, look here, irrespective of what you disagree with me, of how you disagree with me, not giving me the players. You send for all of these players, so I'm gonna put them out there and make them prove a point to say that, look here, the team not gonna be cohesive enough, even though all of them are come from a top league. They're not gonna have the chemistry as with what when we look at
no, but before you move up from point, but him not giving them instruction and him not coaching. How pivotal that was towards the end result.
No, remember, he gave his second in command instruction, what he want from them.
Oh my God!
You understand? Remember, say,
oh my.
No,
I have listened to what Tappa.
He have given the instruction to
I know. Me ain't talking.
Right.
I know things that I'm not saying here to you either. So I know the truth. May I tell you? Say never talk to the man them. Listen to me, May I tell you he had problems with the players them. He never talked to them. He never gave them the instruction. He never. The problem I thought that he believed. Dirty Harry, listen to me. The caller is not correct because the caller is not. He's caught talking about a point which the next caller was correct as well. He's just saying his point and it's two different things. So where I'm trying to tell him, so I'm asking now because we're proving that Tappa was at fault because you are admitting that he never gave them instruction and you claim that he gave the other man the instruction that he give to them. Oh, that sound to you, Ale. Oh, listen to you. Oh, that sound to you.
You have your company run, right? And you're carrying certain employees, and you set a supervisor over them. That supervisor gonna carry out his own instruction towards them, or you're gonna carry out your instruction towards them. Because obviously, he gave Paula the supervision over these influx of foreign-based players because he is more acquainted with them. The same thing that where the command name where assist the coach from the local Moran, right? So Moran Garden is our wider knowledge of the local-based players. So So the same role that was Tappa was playing with Paul Hall, and the same role Miran God is playing now with the president coach.
No, I don't. It's nowhere near the same. Nowhere near the same at all. I think
are similar.
But I would agree that it's similar. It's similar. But no, it's an incident. No, but AL, you cannot move. It is an incident and you're trying to dibble dabble around it because I don't know if you're the new defender of the great Tappa. The man literally stated one thing. What I thought is what I thought is Carla, I think he was so honest in his call, in his interview. It gave you his problem. Here he said, we are all Jamaicans. We know how people talk and what they meant. He said, you can't bring them big players, they come in. And expect me to play them. So I'm going to put them on the field. So him already felt pressured. Say you bring in players that even me no believe, say, me upon the level for coach them. So I'm not as confident. And I might need let me finish. And I might need more time because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, and then it lead to something else. So I wanted my group of players that I was more confident with, and we built up some camaraderie, and it would have worked out better. That's what he meant, and I felt it through his statements.
That's your opinion.
No, I have facts to back up that as well. When
Al Grimson came here, or when McClaren came here, did he right away know all of the position and the skill sets of all the players that was here?
Yes, he knew all of the players them that has information on them. All of them. Every foreign player, he knew them.
And he have all the confidence in the players that was selected.
No, because it was not all the players that he has information on was selected. Karume, I said I know it as a fact because I have the information on it. That's what I said, Karume.
So when you go back to his stance,
no, you hear my statement? You hear my statement just a while ago? I said for the coaches that he asked me on, I said he knew about all the players them overseas, but at that point it was not all the players them overseas got selected. You had Meran Garden there on the side to help aid him, so it was a mixture of players. So he never knew much about the local playing players. So that is different from Tappa's conversation.
Is it not safe to say that Tappa do not know and now don't have the confidence in the players them that they just selected just to come in?
Okay, because what? He doesn't know they play? Because he doesn't know they play because they have the luxury, you have the luxury to watch how they play. So that is my problem now. That is the difference in the conversation that we're having, AJ. You couldn't see the JPL players them. So you don't know nothing about them.
No, you have the luxury to watch them playing, and having them as a team playing together is a total different.
Yes, it's a total different thing.
You know that.
But you're running the conversation. You're just trying to use two comparison, and I catch you in the comparison. Then you try to run. In real life, it's a little bit different.
No.
My fire back to you. My fire back to you is. Which one of them would have adapted faster? A professional player or a semi-professional player playing at the toppest level at football, or a semi-professional player playing in the same region that they're from? Which one of them would have adapted faster? Because that is what it's going to come down to,
And if it comes down to that, we'll understand that professional players have a tendency to be more adaptive, quicker than persons who don't use it, certainly because a professional player would have come in with multiple different backgrounds. I understand that part. But what Tappa was literally trying to say, and that's what I get from his conversation, was that you can't just choose for carrying all these set of players them at this point in time.
Okay.
And not regarding what my request of you as a coach. Remember, we always talk about the JF now give the leverage to our coaches.
But LJ, me fully agree with you on that same statement. Not because I'm arguing the point on what Tappa did, you know. That no mean me not think him right. I told people on my platform, I think him right to fight for his rights. That is true because a man wants to be as comfortable as possible in his job. You can't make his job as difficult. But remember, it was a situation of man a bad up man and I say, I want the money. I want my money, boy. I want, it's like you figured all over to place. It's like you forgot what took place. Carla, you forgot what took place?
I remember all that, but I look on here, so I look on the bias in another sense. When Al Grimson came here, and he called back for the captain.
That is one player. God damn. Oh, you see, you keep it. Are you a top of liar, you know?
What I know, brother. When he called for the captaincy, because the JFF wanted the service of Al Grimson, right?
Yes, okay.
Because the JFF wanted the service of Al Grimson, they put down their pump and pride and allow him back. So the question I'm asking is this. Why when Tappa was in the same position and wanted his players, he never
is what? You know, see the words, the word that you use, it has one letter extra on it. One letter extra on it. Is what? After. Yes. That final word. Right. Yes, players. Yeah. Not a player. Not a player.
Yes. But Al Grimson wanted his player.
Yes.
as in the captain.
Yes.
And he get it. But when Tappa was in the job, with all fairness,
yes,
with the confidence that he have in the players that he already working with, why did he not get those players to represent him? Because remember, you carry Pep Guardiola, got one club, and certain players cannot go anywhere at all Pep Guardiola is, because he used their system and he trusted them to do the job that he wanted them to do. So certain coaches gonna attract certain amount of players irrespective of where he goes. But because of the level of disrespect and what I call it now, you don't have the confidence in the man that you choose.
Okay, so they never rate Tappa. So Tappa was not rated, so him could command certain respect as to what Mr. Al Grimson had. Okay. So Carla, in all honesty, Carla, you don't believe that an S added to the actual word, which is players and player, didn't make a big difference. You don't look at it difference because remember he wanted 7 more players in, additionally to what he had, which was already around 7 of those players that was already bad behaving so far, Remember that's how it was, So 14 players in total that wanted to hold up the whole federation, And they gave him 7, 6 more than Al Grimson, 6 more. But because them give a white man 1 player, you have to flick it around and say because them want the service of you saw the actual facts can look different when that's the reality, So you wanted all 14 of the bad behaving people to go in the team, and you think that they would have done better. No, you don't answer me, Me ask a strong question, a straightforward question.
This is how me answer the question. None of us know, should we receive those extra 7 players? None of us know that all things would have turned out to be a better for the team at that point, because we reached to a certain place and we have 7 points at the time, or 6, right? And after that, we only get 4 points afterwards.
Yeah, we never got much points at all. We never got much points at all. Yeah.
So up until that point, the team was performing better than they did when all of those players come in. So he have even though it might look ugly, it might not look like because even I look at Cavalier today. I know Cavalier played versus all the other teams they may play around Cavalier. Yet still, Cavalier have a way with the team, with the trust of the players and we have, even though them young, to grind out certain condition and have to get certain result. Where many persons always like I say, look here, them hard for them get them hard for them, but they always have this thing to say, but them always find a way out. So when you have a team that you trust how they play and you trust to carry out your instruction on the pitch as best as possible. There's a difference when you're just gonna take an influx of persons that do not have your trust and have your respect. Because even look at Lion to date. Lion players that they had in the past season don't play with the gut and the heart of a lion. That's how we know Lion to play. Cause you know me, I'm from Clarendon.
Okay, all right.
Right? I when me see how the team are play, I say, oh, them man are play with the heart. And the coach will come from it at the end. The coach said them man are only business about their money.
All right.
They don't play with no heart. Because they don't have the confidence to say well, the coach don't never have the confidence in them, but you try your best to work with them. So when you have a player and you have a coach that have the confidence in his players to put them out there on the field, 90 times out of 100, you're gonna trust them to carry out your action we want on the field as a coach.
All right.
So because they never get that, so we can't know for sure say we wouldn't qualify.
All right. All right, people. Hold on, because you come on and you don't answer the key question. So I heard it clear, and we heard it clear. All right. Some people disagree, and some people would have agreed. Because I do see some people agreed as well. We have people. It's almost 200 people listening, so people agree. So based off your statements that you have made just a while ago, should there be a cutoff point?
It depends on the intent of each players. Because if like you said, even when Robbie Earl was trying to come through because we have certain challenges, know that we know how the system operates and how it's hard for players to come in. Especially players who parents are deceased or whatsoever. Our grandparents are deceased. It's hard to get their documents sorted out properly. So we understand that part. But if for a person who's gonna come in after we already qualify, I don't believe that the person who go through the blood, sweat, and tears to get the team qualified, then you're gonna have them to come in. So well then. Me a world class, so me a come now. If you're gonna look at it about that
okay,
sense,
so it all depends on when you initiated that you wanted to play for Jamaica. That's the point.
So
okay.
When I initiated and how long it takes for you to come through and to really know that look here, you sincerely want to come, but because of the issues with the documents and all these things, because some players have been in the process for what, 2-3 years now.
Yes. Some people two years,
right.
some 6 months, and some just came and got it, you know. But everyone has their own challenges, don't?
Right, and I'm saying for some person who will say, well then, they might put off Jamaica and they might turn in Jamaica for this and turn in Jamaica for that. I believe say, even though you might be the best, that you should have a look over because of one of the person who comes in at a time when we really need a good player. You understand me? And I think you should you should want to be chosen over them who come in and put out, because you as a employee to a company, put in all year long hard work, and at the end of the year when you're supposed to get your bonus, somebody will come in 2 months ago and friend with your boss, get a bigger what I call now stipend and pay. over you, you're not gonna feel good about that because you have worked hard all year long and you only come in just a few months and because my friend the boss and get a bigger raise. You understand me?
Okay.
So in that sense, I look upon it and say, look here, based on the situation, I don't believe that every person should get a look into.
Okay.
Based on the situation.
Okay.
But in general, it's good to know that you have persons up until the point because, say for instance, we get in, we know Mason Greenwood situation, right? And if Mason Greenwood, say 2 or 3 months left to go in the World Cup, and all the documented finally come true, then we can have a leniency towards him because my body from when time when.
We what might?
Yeah, we don't have to be too.
Man say we might. All right, caller. All right, caller. Take care. Let me take the next 2 calls then because I only have 2 calls. Oh my! Make sure you call back the next program. Jesus. Oh Lord. All right. We might. All right. Yeah. Finish up.
Yeah, man. That's what I say. Well, we can have more leniency towards him based on that more than Isaac Aiden who literally turned down Jamaica. Period.
Okay. So if you turn down Jamaica, there is no chattings. No, you can't come back.
Yeah, man, you can, But guess what, me know?
But you're not going to come back and play closer to the World Cup. Wow, I really get what you're trying to say now. So, because me see Mexico, man turn down Mexico and them come back. Me see United States run down players to play. So why we have this, why we have this behavior, like, why we can't just understand the people have situations in their life and moments in their life?
But the man of, me understand the people have situations and moments in their life. But they're when you look on their intent and regardless of their situation, they can more than show up from time to time for other things and not for the.
Oh, he muted. Look at him gone. I want him to finish because I don't want to leave anybody not understanding his point. Yeah. Finish up because 2 other callers come in, but I want people to understand the point. I don't want to cut off because I want to get every viewpoint. But you shock me, because me and I bridging long time, years, so I just start that channel, big man. And the way you talk, star, like the man them give some cocoa juice star, John star.
But what me I say still, me just want we want the better players them out there on the field and to represent us. But there's a difference when it comes on to chemistry, that we need our team to have the chemistry. Because when we look on Honduras or Costa Rica, when you look at the chemistry between their players, I mean it's literally if they have goal scorer like we, so my top is like we not stand a chance. We not stand a chance with them. Okay. So we really look at because the team needs to have a chemistry going into the World Cup. Okay. I remember the last time when Brazil get Stephen for
Carla, me run out of time. So me no want them say me cut up because man I wait in a line. So we'll link up back again, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Alright, big boss.
At the end of the day, we just want the people to know so well. And when they are coming, just come in and show your intent from early, and then we can move on from it. I'm not probably that one. So if you come in midterm or late,
okay.
Once the intent's early enough, we can appreciate that.
All right, respect. Yeah. All right, so let me try get the other callers on the line. Jesus God, oh boy, the man mash up the whole. People, please do it like we're past 150 now. I'm going to 200 because 200 will be the normal mark that it should have been. Yeah, so get the likes up. All right, God damn. So why this pastor called me and then when I called him back he can't answer? Is he working on Sundays? Maybe he's working, Oh. All right, so it looks like the caller. All right, wait. He said us a few things. Travis and Dirty Harry I know what Tappa says. Karume, when I said I have proof and what I talked about Tappa, I have proof. I am a responsible person, Karume. I don't go around trying to discredit people. It must be coming from somewhere. It must be coming from somewhere why I've said that, Karume. If they want to push and say and question what I'm saying, yes. That then I can put my proof. Yeah. But definitely, it was not just the JFF only. You know I don't pick up for the JFF. Tappa had his own sites as well, and both of them couldn't see. I think you guys never remembered when this problem happened. Remember, people disrespect me. Players come and disrespect me, tell me about my mother and stuff when me just give me opinion, because all of the other YouTubers, they just jump on the player them side. And I say, yeah man, them forget them money. All of a 50,000 them want per player. Them forget them money. Just say whatever them think people are gonna like. You understand me? So just understand, say it's JFF is bad a lot of times, but it was not as rosy as what you thought, you know? Yes, believe me. And his same statement of who is available. Remember, it was the players them that stepped in and made we go to tournaments that because they were available. Those were the same players we were picking. So why after they never played how much games, automatically if they do come in, they would have won when they weren't there from before? And that is the question you have to ask yourself. You understand me? Good afternoon, Mr. Lansley. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
We had tried to call you twice, you know? Yeah.
Well, Exodus chapter 28 to 11. The Sunday is a work day. Yeah. So, no, I do work on Sundays.
Okay, you're working on Sundays. Okay. All right.
Yes. But I want to begin with the Robbie Earl issue, since it is the easier one.
Okay.
Before I get to the cutoff point. There's a book written by Robbie Earl.
Yes.
With what people like Marcus Gale said are untrue, or at least unsubstantiated things in the book. And when that became public, because how the book was actually produced and put out created an issue, because there are some things in there that for some people, even Rene Samois was not comfortable with some of the things. That has been said. So the Jamaican public really got offended.
Okay.
By Robbie Earl, who scored Jamaica's first goal in the World Cup. By Robbie Earl.
Okay.
Because of the book and how the book was put together, and information that were in the book. That I watched an interview with Marcus Gale, and Gale spoke to the issue about some of the things in the book that were not true or cannot be substantiated.
Okay.
So that Robbie Earl thing is not going to be settled with a one interview with even Robbie Earl, because he not only offended the Jamaican fan base, there are some of his teammates that things were mentioned in the book that they did not take it kindly.
Okay.
So,
but that still doesn't give us the point. That still doesn't beat the point that we should not lie on the guy to defame what he did.
It does not any way, shape, or form excuse you assassinating the man's character by telling lies on him on public platforms. The Jamaica media landscape can be held guilty for facilitating this, because I heard even men like Maverick speaking on the issue, and some of the things that Maverick would have articulated or referenced, even from the same Gale interview, Marcus Gale's interview, you would have picked up that some of the things that Maverick would have said are not consistent. Let me put it that. So, nothing at all will excuse us telling lies on people. That should not happen. And where he went wrong, he deserves every backside in him get. But don't add to it to make your position look good by telling lies on it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
On the issue of cutoff point, there was a World Cup cycle that Brazil was struggling to qualify in. And they called in at the last moment. I think it was Kaká that eventually got them qualified when they called back in Kaká. In that cycle, Brazil used, and I'm speaking from memory now, this can be checked, either 124 players or 128 players in that qualification cycle. And at the very end of the cycle, when they qualified finally for the World Cup, I want you to tell me which team going to the World Cup can carry 100 players. And if all of those players who had worked hard, and I believe all of them, every single one of them worked hard to get Brazil qualified, because Kaká couldn't play 11 players, despite him coming and energized the players that were there and motivated them. And yes, his individual brilliance did play a role. Despite all of that, no single player qualifies no team for no World Cup. So, I want you to ask all those who are debating cutoff points for players, where on planet Earth has that ever happened? After Senegal beat France in the World Cup, the following World Cup qualification cycle, when France selected their team, I think there were 2 players that came in the France team that probably featured in only 1 or 2 games prior to the World Cup. So, for those persons talking about cutoff points, you're not talking about football. You're talking about men that you love and what you prefer and want. Nothing that has to do with the business of football. What you're talking about has never happened in football and cannot happen in football as long as football is played on this earth. People who are serious about doing well at the biggest showpiece on earth is going to pick the best available players at all times.
Okay.
Once they become available.
Okay.
I'm going to go further. The call that spoke, that you say is Tappa's lawyer. That caller. He's saying that people should not come in unless paperwork. And he's saying that we didn't gain any points or much points, because we only probably got 4 or so after the debacle that Tappa had. Tappa in his interview told us that he gave up 3 points. He didn't play for those 3 points any at all. You are the coach and you publicly declare, you just put them out there. You put them out there to prove your point and to show you how divisive and destructive Tappa was and is, because I have no evidence that he has repented and changed. To show you how destructive he was, when he was away with the team, Paul Hall had the English-born players, and he did not even authorize Tappa to manage the team in that ill-fated match against Panama. Right? So he sent the players out there with absolutely no instructions because it was his intention that their failure would send sufficient a strong message to the JFF that they must give him what he wants. In so doing, Tappa crippled Jamaica's chance of qualifying for the World Cup. Tappa crippled Jamaica's chance of qualifying for the World Cup. And this is not somebody tell me, a Tappa says so himself. So, in the business of football, the only place in the world that don't select their best players available is Jamaica. And that is why Jamaica is not even considered a minnow in football. Because while the position and standing may show us maybe about fifth, in real football terms, and what has been happening in the advancement of the different teams in the region, Jamaica might really be at about 8 by the time this World Cup qualification cycle gets on the way, if we do not stop the stupidness. He was saying we do not know if the players would qualify us for the World Cup. The only person that don't know that they would not qualify us are the Jamaican football fans who do not pay any respect or regard to those persons who have spent their lives learning about football, the business of football, player quality, and how to find players of quality. Those are the only persons that don't know that they could not qualify us. Because the reason the coaches of the world don't look at our players favorably is because they know they are not of the quality that makes them win competitions, and everybody that plays football is about winning it. So everybody else in the world see that they're not of the standard to cut it on the international stage. But we don't see that they can't qualify us. I am not lying. I see they would not have qualified us. And the same way Rene Simoes saw it, that there was a need to get more players to ensure that we got to World Cup, to France 98, is the same reason today we need to better quality players to ensure that we get to World Cup 2026. And if we do not get them, JD, we can start sing like the brother used to sing for YouTube. We not gonna away. We not gonna away, because we will not qualify.
Okay.
If you get Mason Greenwood, but you still foolishly packing King and the like of the others in this team to drag down the team, and Mason Greenwood will have to be at his immaculate best for 90 minutes and score 10 goals because we are going to let in 9 or 11. We're not going nowhere.
So because you know, one thing I've something like to give my subscribers them credit, you know, because I've realized that we have a lot of educated people in each fields. Before the game said something to me, you know, I did add things to it, so I have to give myself credit as well. And I heard everybody start telling people that football is how you live and not just going on a field and do anything. You understand me? And we have to really understand what football is, you know. So the fact that if you think that football is just an easy thing, and you believe that you're gonna go out there and do it, you will never win a game. It's gonna be impossible.
JD, is not everybody that drive a nail is a carpenter.
Yeah, I know.
Not everybody that saw a piece of board is a carpenter. And if a man tell you say he can read a tape measure, but when you tell him say cut a piece of board 8 feet and 3/8, and him tell you when he might read the tape, say one shade over. This foolishness that we continue to practice, where you're putting professional players with players who cannot think on their feet. Everybody know their ABC. But do everybody know how to switch ABC around and still be relevant? You know, when you turn some things back way, it is so disgusting.
No, but Pastor, where I wanted to go with the conversation is to say that a lot of people in Jamaica knows the actual truth about football as well, because for some reason I was talking here and talking about like football and everything, but obviously sometimes a lot of my listeners don't comment because obviously I have some people in the chat will bully them, you know, so they don't feel the need to comment, but they're watching. And I'm talking elite people that's making moves in the world. They are watching. And massive respect to even a few of them that did some very good things out of the blue for me. Not from me directly, but towards what I stand for, which is to help, you know, Jamaican kids. So one of them sent me a video. I think it was Jackie Walters, one of the football coaches that we know a long time. And you know the first thing the man said? Football is something that you have to live. It's about building the character. What he learned, and he's 100 years old now. And that's why the man send, that's why the man send the video to come give me. Because he must want not this JD to tell everybody. You know this the man here tell everybody, but them say mad.
Well, since you're going to reference Mr. Jackie Walters, someone who
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's the correct name. You know what? I can check it to make sure. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to tell you.
I can tell you something about Jackie Walters, the coach of schoolboy football. He's one of Jamaica's best, most achieved.
Yes, I think it might be him. You know, I think it might be him. Hold on.
And I can share this. With you. When you're talking about coaches that are philosophical and stick to.
Yes, it was Jackie Walters. I'm looking at it on my phone. It was Jackie Walters. Yes. Good. And people in it, I'm trying to agree that
any school. Jackie Walters can walk into any
but Pastor.
But
Pastor, before you even get into that. Chevy said Jackie Walters is no more better than Speed and our Butler. Well, listen to me.
Jackie Walters don't coach Premier League.
I don't think Spade or Butler is better than Jackie Walters, my brother. Just stop, because I was trying to teach you that at least his knowledge of the game, what he learned over a certain period of time, he's telling you that everything that we did to develop our players is wrong. Because it has to be a lifestyle. So that's why Mount Pleasant and those places that's sending the players them to school and doing certain things a specific way will be the most productive place on earth. On earth, coming soon. Not on earth, in Jamaica. In 2 years' time, I don't think nobody in Jamaica can compete with Mount Pleasant. Period. Because the only thing stopping them now is solely the false rules we want to put in about 5 players overseas can play max. If not, them whitewash the league every single year. Mr. Speed now have no chance. Mr. Speed rely on the limitation of the league. I am telling you, Mr. Speed rely on the limitations of the league to look pretty. If that moves, him get embarrassed just like all Concacaf games. So don't bother the foolishness. Give Jackie him credit. To at least notice something.
But who in schoolboy football don't credit, and I'm talking coaches in schoolboy football, don't credit Jackie Walters. If you hear about the JC coach, what name Bertis Bell, with him on TVJ.
Yes.
You ask Bell. You ask even Mr. Speed, you ask the present technical director for football in Jamaica. The only fools that would talk about discrediting Jackie Walters.
Pastor, please, can you stop using the fools and the war? You know You know that a big war gonna start with Travis. So why Pastor? It's Sunday, you know, man. You just fix the words in Pastor. You're a man of words. So please change the words and.
Okay.
All right, please. I'm begging the Pastor. I'm begging the Pastor. I can't bother with you and Travis. All right.
Don't beg. Don't beg. I will use another word. Ignorance is not an excuse for stupidity.
Oh, Pastor, you have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes, baby. You have 2 minutes. I can't bother. Oh my God.
Because what you don't know, you cannot hide behind what you don't know to make unfounded statements. The law will not allow you to do so. Ignorance is no excuse. And I've said that to say this. All of us have a responsibility to basically credit those persons who have done the work and gone ahead of us. And any failure to do so is going to render you liable, because you're actually treasonous when you're behaving like that.
Okay.
Having said that though, Jamaica can dominate Concacaf 6 months after we start doing the right thing.
Here he goes now.
6 months after we start doing the right thing. Because, I kid you not, JD, I kid you not, if you have a proper coach and you get the best available players to Jamaica, and I'm going to say again, for people who say that I don't like Jamaican born ballers, at present, there is no player in the JPL that on merit can make the national team, senior men's team, that can make us compete with our competitors at all. There is not one. Not one. So it is not that I don't think that the JPL have talented players. I am saying that their talent and level, their present level of experience and ability does not afford them the privilege to compete with the best in the region. It's not there. So our best players are all in the diaspora, some of whom were born in Jamaica, some of whom were not born in Jamaica. There is no player in the JPL that can get selected over Javan East on merit. There is no player in the JPL that can get selected over Javan East on merit. None. Because it would be better you take Javan East to play midfield and select the JPL midfielder then.
All right, Pastor. I'm going to take one more call and then I'm done, Pastor. You're calling too late, all right?
Yes,
You should have called in from early, but we will link again, Big Boss, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, yes. Take care. All right, so... All right, so people, that was the pastor, Mr. Lansley, our good friend of the platform. He had a lot to say. Travis and him fighting for no reason. Travis, I am waiting for you to call in, and then we are done. Please use double zeros before the plus if you're having any struggles with the plus itself. Sometimes that's what Jamaica has the problem, you know? Yeah. So, Travis, if you know so much, why you don't come on? And just give your input on Jackie Walters. We were talking on what Jackie Walters said. You understand me? What he said. I thought that it was very much informative. Based on what I know about football and what I've heard other legends said about the game. So at least give him credit, Travis. We can't let from 1 to 100. you have to have 50 as well. You know? You can't say him not good or him just great. You can have okay as well. Based on what I heard him saying and what I saw him doing, I want to say that he's applying his knowledge properly. And you need more of those people around Jamaica to be telling people this is the standard. These people that you're talking about, like Mr. Spade and the Butlers, I don't think they're developing players as good as what you think. I think what I saw in Kingston Academy doing, what I saw Mount Pleasant doing, I don't think they have ever done that in their life. I think what Mount Pleasant doing today, what I've said, I have a different video coming because the truth is the solution that we had, the problem that we had for 40 years in Jamaica is closer to be solved than you think. It's closer to be solved, and it's coming from people that we never expected to fix Jamaica's bullyism of taking advantage of the kids them. And I love that it's going into the direction of people being more educated, and the players them start seeing that they are becoming better human beings by choosing which place they go and play football. So a kid now can have the true advantage, not just get a little money, buy a contract, and then him still lead up in a community and I buy people gun. You understand me? Those things stop now via these academies, and I really love it because this is what a lot of poor kids would have wanted, a father figure to try and show them a different way out. So these people are loving. All right, see, El Granier said Kingston Academy has a player, Mbell, playing at Real Salt Lake FC. I know about it. Remember, I'm in constant dialogue with them, and these guys are good people. Saw them, and white always takes somebody from foreign. I'm just asking you this question. White always takes somebody from foreign to come and help us more than our own people. Not saying Kingston Academy is not Ash them and everybody, but you still have Ray Marker there, and it was merely farmed with him. You know, and he brought his expertise to it. And then down at Mount Pleasant, you know, why take someone from outside? Why we as Jamaicans not put in the same interest? Is it that we don't have the money? What is the problem? Because all the other guys that we're hyping up, you know, they don't put effort in the kids them. It's when the hype start pushing, then the kids them start get the relevancy. Remember, even Whisper, you know, Whisper was not no first name and conversation sheet. It was when we start pushing Whisper and he started to break out. That's when Whisper, even in Phoenix, Whisper started to get attention. Whisper wasn't popular until me start talk about him and the people start talk about him. Phoenix never make Whisper popular. It's like we never believe. I'm just saying, why is it the players them you know, like for Kingston Academy and for Mount Pleasant, it feels like the players them are more, not just when they get popular. And I think that is where we lose the players them. We always talk about, oh, they're good until they're 15. Yes, because you never pay them any attention until they turn 17, so they start to lose their ways, and that's why they can't matriculate into something else. Because maybe we are not treating them to be a human being. We're just treating them to be a thing. You understand me? And we have to leave this show believing that football is a lifestyle, not just a hobby. All right? As what you guys always told me. Oh, ironic. You guys said football is just a curriculum in school. So, well, if we keep taking football as that, we can't reach anywhere in football. Because it is a lifestyle rather than a curriculum in school. All right? So, you see, so you know the truth, you know, but you're not trying to add the same values as to what England add to it, Spain add to it. We have to put the same thing in if we want any result. All right? Lamar said, JD, read my comment and tell people. All right, 1 second. Let me see what you said before. And my comment section, something up on here, and my comment section chopping off. It's just the thing on the screen saving me. All right, where is Lamar's previous comment? So we have to take it serious. All right, so Lamar said, all right, I'm trying to get a comment, Lamar. If you want to go get somewhere fast, you go alone. And if you want to go get to somewhere far, you go together. Read. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Lamar. I've missed the first part of the comment and I'm struggling very bad. So we have not gotten, we blame diaspora for increased housing cost, but ignore what the Spanish and Chinese doing to local businesses. All right, so we got Travis Pessoa. It literally came in as Travis Pessoa. So he's in my phone. So why is he acting like he's not in my phone? I could have just typed in, hello, Mr. Travis Pessoa. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Imaxit football. We're here, Travis Pessoa. What topic you want to talk on, sir? Yeah, because I saw you spazzing out in the chat. So what's going on with you? What happened?
You know, so one of my brethren called me and waking up, say, show, and I say, man, never call for me. On the show.
No, we never call for you, you know. We just say Travis asleep. Oh my God, why people wicked so much?
No, we asleep.
We say Travis asleep, so we don't have the problem. And no, because we were talking about something.
We don't work on weekend or something, I rest. Yesterday, whole day left me hard.
Okay.
So listen to me. Jack you all tell them, never old dinosaur. So listen to them.
Travis.
Agree, say I'm a good coach.
Yeah.
In a D Cup, a Money Cup.
Yeah.
But him go all island and Mr. Jamaica. For all of the players, them use the same thing. But you know, show a schoolboy football, people not go talk about speed and like actually playing a big football.
Okay, so you think
let's talk about this.
Okay.
Right.
So
they're much better.
okay, so that's why you don't rate him just the same, because you're saying that
It's a
they
players
all
club in Jamaica football.
okay, so they all
Some
go for the
people.
best players and put on their team.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I never
Why
knew
you
because you
going-
never said it in the chat why you never rated him.
JD, you see, in 2000, the World Cup team for 99, majority of the players, Jackie Walters used team players from Trinidad College in the team. You can call the whole of the name them, the 99 squad there. So now listen to him. I tell you that a fact, me I tell you.
Okay,
Majority
nice.
of the players come from Trinidad College. For him, they are coach at the time.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now listen to them. But as you Jamaican players, if you work with them people that shut up them out, some player will come. Well, about them papers, man.
So,
So I'm not telling you nothing again.
but Travis, you can't
I'm
tell
not talking
Travis, you can't tell me nothing, cause me call you the other day, you know, and you know, come back. No, Travis, you're hiding. You come and tell me about you know sit Madison name on list, and me tell you say Travis, you gotta know who have the right list. So what go on, Travis? Oh, you know, come and tell me sorry. Oh, you know, come and tell me sorry. Eh?
No, man, you better true all the time, man. Coming all along.
Oh, so Travis not tell me say me have the right people, you know, I him not have the right people, you know. Travis I say I troll him, I call you to me and say, what do you want Travis there? Because no man still in Jamaica, and I mean I look for him now and say Travis and then no, me not tell you. So why you hide for now?
No, man, I.
Okay.
Tell you them, man, JD. We're not telling them not get no information. Everything they run out for YouTube to get likes. So we're not telling no information.
Yeah, but Travis, me did know. I'm tell you say you ask me in a chat. I'm tell you. I'm never build a video about it. Me just tell you say yes. The conversation made, you know.
Are you first day talk about him, you know? Me never really actually watch him, you know. Yet, you know. You talk about him, I think. Chris Smith, tell me about him too. I told him first.
So based on
One time, he's one interview and he say he want to play with Jamaica.
yes, he may do it for Simon. Yeah, he may do it.
Yeah.
But nobody never really reached out to him. But at the same time, you have to be fair. He was in youth in the league where Whispered in and all and stuff. So it wasn't like he was playing professionally as yet, you know. But what he's doing now is completely different.
The players that will come now, the age will never come. So you know, say two cycles we have them for. So that's a good thing about it.
Yeah, at least 2 cycles, at least, because
Right.
Mother Salem
Age-wise.
2021. So that are 3
right.
cycles,
Right.
you know. So Travis, the question of the day, because this is the thing where I run Jamaica now, it's on the radio, TV, because all of a sudden now, me don't know what happened, because them just said them are going to play local players in the Unity Cup, and then the radio just switch back to, as soon as them maybe see the Mother Seal and them see the next player, I going to play for Jamaica, they just switch back to, when are the cutoff point? You agree with that cutoff point thing?
But then, never say that already. And everybody look on the football like we, so they have their opinion and their bias. So they must say that. But football change from then. All right, people call me out all the while say, defend JPL. If I defend the youth now, because how people they try to be ready youth. We know the players that we won't make the team. All of them now play. You never see me come on this 4 man. We want 23 JPL man. You could never say that at no time. But they want to take you out of context all the way. Say, but me watch the league. Me know the players them.
Okay. So in your opinion, you don't think say like if one of them go to the Unity Cup and they performed, you don't think that is like enough for them, and then if one perform with the Unity Cup exceptionally well, then he could get a look in. You don't think that's how it should go?
All of the players, most of the players now they have their agents. They have the agents, but maybe people don't really know that. So they have the agents, so they want to look to get a contract and perform. But remember, the JPL today have second leg, so today are 2 big games today. Maybe last the first leg against Mount Pleasant and Cavaliers, and it was a half game, but they will play later, the last game today in a Kingston. So so 2 massive games today. In my opinion, I'm Moby and Arnold final no answer. We are change.
Moby and Arnold final?
Like what they're doing.
So what going with Mount Pleasant? You know what Mount Pleasant gonna? No, but me no want to see no Cavaliers in the final. Me take Mount Pleasant on it. So what happened to that?
Yeah. But Mount Pleasant thing tough, man.
Okay.
So Mount Pleasant, I tell you, they think tough.
All right, so you're saying that you're with the question of the show, which is you don't believe in a cutoff nothing. You just believe if the player good enough, the player come in.
We don't have equality, so we can't
talk about cutoff. Okay. All right. I love that.
As a pastor from Brazil, remember that cycle, I think in 2002 when we were.
Yeah, I know. I remember that as well.
Brazil.
You know?
Right.
How much money left that year they cost? The amount of man here it cost on a this up Brazil. Man, players I say, we're gonna start a lot. We play. And so right at what pastor said it was right. People are complaining. I said them play them get and next look in.
Fans have them bias.
Yeah.
Me personally, the players them always in that team, are King and Davis. Who make a team a merit.
No, but Chevy, that's my problem now. So you think King did enough to make this Jamaica team a merit? Because I don't think so, I think he exhausted his actual chance, And so if hold on. If Camp, so what happened to Camp? My boy there, where we were talking about the other day, Cummins.
Yeah, he just a come back after injury.
Okay. Because I'm saying, what if a next centre back play better than King? How much opportunity we're going to see King? Will the next man play better than him? And the next man can't get opportunity. Big boss. So, and not even overseas. We just talk about local. Every time, even what they do with me, I talk and I say, yeah man, JD, Cummins, bad man. So me I say, why we have to say King stay playing the team? I think that's the problem in Travis. And APB King, it's just two way talk as if like them man reach already. But every time we watch them, somebody else play better than them. So how them get in front of these other man inside Jamaica?
So wait, to you, all right, you say, me rate them Cummins highly. But me not seeing that much better than King.
No, him not much better than King. Him not much better than King, that is true. But if the man play better Travis, be honest. You and me play a football game, Travis. And me are the higher rated player. And me keep and play better than you. Me not think something should get my position. Like me, we should a one position there for me and you because the two we are local. You can swap it 1 and 2 times because King Naga always start.
That's how to coach them. How to coach them that to do that.
Okay.
We as fans, we all see things differently.
Okay.
But for merit, King don't make the team because people believe the King make the team because of speed in a game. Not so.
I thought that he was one of the better centre backs them. He's still one of the better centre backs them in the country, but he's not the first best centre back and he's not the second.
Hopefully this summer in Ghana.
Yes, me hope that so that when we make the team, we can say him different, him separate himself from the local players them now. But if he keeps on being there, I have to evaluate him with Cummins them. And maybe that you missing a Travis and thinks me I cuss him. No, me not cuss him. Me just say, yo, me not understand why the coach always talk about Cavalier games them. So what happened to the next damn games them when you see?
All right, I just said this evening have a chance. We will see both of them.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Travis. Travis, I'm a bet you come back tonight. Travis, I'm a bet you come back tomorrow and tell us, JD, I think you're talking to man.
JD, we had Cummins fan play for Fear. And that's why I'm more pleasant by him.
Okay.
When he was the best player.
All right. So I'm not blind with him, man. People, I'm not fight against nobody, but we have to talk football. So if you're gonna pick, yeah, go ahead, Travis.
Last time we were on a show and we were talking about the president consent mostly JPL players. He was president of the consent and some people, and people look at him say, he might create a narrative. So. I know people feel clarity when they hear them argument. You know, if you come out as a president, go send them something.
Oh, wait, so the president. Oh, so no, repeat because I missed what you said. What you said?
No man, he covered in the paper.
Yes. I did a video. I did a video on it. Yeah, his statement. Yeah, so.
There'll be a lot of JPL players in the team. It is the Tora Unity Cup.
Yeah. So you said.
But I guess there are players from England too. Tyreese team club come out and say get pick already.
So why I said the president should have not said so, right?
Man.
Okay, but I think that was the problem. People whenever the local players, the people have a problem with you. Him a force to say that what the coach tell him. So that gonna happen. That the writing sounded like. So people say then the coach talk and the coach never said nothing. What you say, big man? The coach said he's trying to open the pool. The pool mean everybody. But you come in and say it is time for the local players them to get exposed and it's gonna be majority locals. That is different from what the man has said. So people leave and I say, but I put your people. What man? You are telling the coach to do this, or you are trying to force that on the coach now? Are the coach truly told you that behind closed door? And then
but a big coach like McClaren, if you make something comes in McClaren, come here though. Me not rate him for that.
No, you have to give him the grace, Travis. You know why you have to give him the grace? Remember, every coach coming at Jamaica, Travis, it's so hard because from Mr. Speed said it on this program, said no coach now come back and do like where Schaefer's did. Which all Schaefer's did, you know.
You know, say, for a coaching school, coach at a Pirt, where TD, you know, saying Ghana Concacaf do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, let me see it on JFF platform.
Yeah, man, I will try to promote it one day and give him the clout.
I'm United.
So Mr. Speed had said that a coach not gonna come in and do like the same guy that I just mentioned, the German. Look at that now. What that man did, that man identified that Schaefer's. But remember, you know, all of our big players now, they came through Schaefer's, you know. The best coach of Jamaica have, you know, came through Schaefer's, you know. So what Schaefer's did so wrong? Schaefer's did it. Eh?
Boy, I best coach coming. Apart from Simons.
So you know rate Schaefer's?
No, sir. I'll be a girl Schaefer. A girl Schaefer come and look, man. I told you now know the story, man.
So me talk about what they on the field. On the field, the highest praise Jamaica team got. Me not talk about the woman and where I look. We talk about what him do and who him bring through. Cause the taxi them and all them guys in, he really stable, you know. You have to give him credit, you know.
Yeah, man, true.
But we can't. We know a man can't love him girls. Everybody at Jamaica love. Travis, we can talk about people love woman. But we can talk about people love woman. At Jamaica, we come from, you know. We not do nothing more.
Yeah. True.
Come on, I say the man.
Like walking that past. Me man used to talk about John Barnes. That John Barnes situation, it was half of you man them fight out John Barnes, you know.
Yeah, John Barnes would be a very if you talk about good managers, John Barnes was very good, but you could say that the level of competitions that he played at the time was not as high as nobody else. That's why he won all of the games.
At them time it was Cassava people running football. So the problem now, Cassava get that's against the Carvel code go talk. You know, say them want to have the football for themselves.
Facts.
No time soon they can't get it back.
Facts.
They get the football, man in a rate Jamaican born heritage players. None at all. Because they taught us out of them mouth.
Okay. Wow.
So
Okay.
them can't smack the football. They have to tell you.
Okay. I never knew.
And the next thing again, people must say, Mr. Chang, and left. Mr. Chang signed a 3-year contract with the JFF up in November. He get a big job with the government. That's why I'm left. But people just love argument.
Hold on, Travis. Hold on. Because they said lawsuit pending on my channel. Listen to me, my channel don't care about the lawsuit foolishness. Travis, make it be clear. What you said up and now. You said people said Chung leaving.
Yeah, man, because contract up.
In contract up. But what you said after now, he signs a different position.
No, man. In a football, man, he get a big position in the government. It won't be some big thing where government are giving.
Okay.
That's why I believe.
Okay.
But people have it to say, a JFF I am follow. The man going to do his job with JFF. And he clear up everything. But here, we see him when he used to cuss him. Give him an all name 3 card, man. And now when the man make JFF look better, everybody are giving praise. That's why we tell us that them people are wagonist in our football. True, they can't get the cuss JFF now. They might try to look at scapegoat now.
Okay.
So they stay.
Okay.
So my man used to have show every night, to be JFF,
Okay.
For the person.
Travis. Oh my God. All right, Travis. Okay, all right, Travis. Lord God. But Travis, no, me invite you on, me talk football, and you gone, you smoke. The people will make.
So laughing more than fire, man. But that was
Oh
really.
my God. The man said the coach will look girl. Yeah. All right, big boss. All right.
Man, they sorry, but guess what? The man they not do it in a public like before.
All right.
But it is a silent.
All right. All right. That's your word, big boss. Me up the show and I'm gonna cook some food. All right. Yeah. All right, so people, that's it for the show today. We had gone 2 hours, 3 hours now, 3 hours and 20. Travis, listen to me, big league, and please don't send any mix-up on the platform. I think I've done a good job today dealing with things. A lot of you guys turn up early. Massive respect for that. I put out 2 other videos because we are out here back and burning, and we have brought a lot of things. JD, what is your dinner? Today my wife came home early because she's on the morning shift. She did a Sunday. So I think I have everything in the fridge now, Simon. I can just choose whatever I want to cook. If I want to do stew peas, I can. I can still do oxtail. I can do curry mutton. I could do that as well. I have mutton, I have sheep and mutton as well, because I did just got some meat, and I need to cook them off early because the next set of meat I'm going to buy is for the barbecue now, because next time is Chef JD will be popping out every time in the simi. The barbecue is gonna be, because outside ready now in the people, so mans are going to be barbecuing. All right, so barbecue Billy. All right, Gene Dean, Barbecue Billy, Yo, people, when you can't tell me, say, every day when you tell me something, if I stop eat meat, the other day when you tell me, say, grass me need to start eat. Because I'm asking you if I need to start cut the grass and start eat the grass, because when you tell me, say, everything are going to kill me, so at this point, I can't eat food anymore, More like burnt chicken. You're gonna see it, Owen. And then what's the next one? Omzo always disrespect my lady and myself talking about we can't cook. Now you're gonna see old man chefing up things, and in the future we might start seeing more people start cooking on them stream, as to what a caller told me, that people cooking on streams nowadays. Well, nowadays it's gonna be a fashion when I cement the name Barbecue Billy. Alright? So Barbecue Billy in the building, and we are out. Check the next 2 videos. I think I did a good job of it. Alright? Chicken and pork. Well, Travis, the man them say you can't eat so much meat, Travis. You have to get some Kalaloo, and people, Leroy Bailey, big up yourself. YouTube will help you learn. No, I can do my thing, man. I have my food, fire for a Chevy Sam I eat pork. All right, Chevy Sam I eating pork. All right, so it's not my business that, and that's Jesus God. Why we end up in a food beef now? All right, people. Don't follow these guys in the chat. They are all acting like they're the most healthy person and they're eating all the right dishes and they're the greatest. The other day, man, tell me that fish is not good. So if fish is not good, chicken is not good, pork is not good, and all other meat kind is not good. What is good to eat? What food is good to eat? I am kind of done with you guys. You act like you're so healthy. No faster than me, stronger than me. I don't understand. All right, you tell me what you're eating for make you feel so good and believe that you have the greatest dish. Simon always tell me that Simon told me last time he don't really eat certain food, you know. So I don't know what's going on with Simon. Simon is the only one that maybe can win the non-eating food race. Because Simon might have drink only water alone. So we might have to sponsor Simon water, you know. So Simon, tell me what go on. Tell me what go on, let me sponsor some of the water the way I drink, because I don't know how in the world you can be still living and not eating food, bro. Alright? We need to get Simon back before we leave. Simon, tell the people what you're eating and stop telling people that you're drinking only water. Because I don't know what. So Simon said it's just no carbs. It's not just him drinking only water. You know, it's just no carbs. So I'm going to type it in and see what food kind doesn't have any carbs and see what he's talking about. All right. I am not knowledgeable on the no carbs food kinds. All right. Yes. So what that does for, I eat protein and veg. Oh my God. All right. Okay. No, I understand. I eat all meat. Okay. So people, stop with it. Simon only drink water. So Simon kill that narrative. It's because Simon explained it first, you know. That's why we thought that it's only water alone. Simon out here drinking it. But it's good. JD, it's a keto diet. What's your keto diet? I am clueless to what you guys have a whole heap of words that I don't know, you know. And I'm not going to pretend like I know these words. Lie you tell JD, KFC, the thing there. I never said KFC, the thing there. Yesterday, Gemma, bring my big bucket of KFC show. Let me show the people. I did go to Netherlands and bought a big bucket of KFC. Then I bought another meat kind and brush it as well. I can't tell my food stories. Yes, so see people, I did eat KFC yesterday. And then I did eat some food in the evening as well. Sometimes I think I'm eating too much food. Okay, Gemma saying hello. All right. Gemma saying hello. Yeah, sometimes I'm eating too much food. But, man's not small, you know, people. I am not fat, but I'm not small, you know. When I came here, I was, 170? I was 170 pounds, you know, 172 pounds. And when I look back on my pictures, I need to show some people my pictures, you know. All right, my driver's license here. My Jamaican driver's license here. God damn, I was Marga. My Jamaican driver's license, people. Me look like me a dead for hungry people. Look at my Jamaican driver's license, people. I look like a little rat. I look like a little rat. I look like a little rat, people. And at this point, I was literally around. Yes, I am all. I think I'm around 6'1". Yes, I'm about that. You know, people claim that my age, my height keep increasing. Yeah. So people, don't tell me that food don't do nothing for me. So when I'm eating my food and living that's why I want you guys to know who I am, you know. So you can give me a little grace, you know. You get me? I am living my life before, and I was not I was not poor in Jamaica. I was not poor. I ate KFC every day. Every damn day I bought KFC and go up a Oakland to lay down or come down at Chisholm to lay down. I was not poor, but I was just not. You have to understand Jamaica at that time, you're not comfortable. So I wasn't comfortable in Jamaica no time. As in like, oh, fast going the pace is and we're at parties and we're doing all sorts of madness. So now I'm in Belgium, I'm much more comfortable. I'm not worried about who will do anything. Not saying I was a bad man or nothing, people, but it was not as comfortable as what we are doing here, you know? Yeah, so, and now I'm between 2'6" and 2'10" sometimes, even 2'15" at times. And I don't look skinny. At 2'15", I don't look fat, and I don't look fat at 2'15". That tells you how skinny I was, and I was bigger than everybody in my community. I usually bulldoze. I was big, fast, and super strong. I was like one of the strongest human beings in Jamaica. At 176, I was the strongest human being. I was so fast and strong. Everybody looks like paper to me. So I'm just saying, I know I don't look fat, but I don't look skinny, and my bones. Yeah, brother. People, life nice, yeah, man. I'm not gonna tell you any foolishness, all right? So just live life and enjoy, people. All right, live life and enjoy. You know, oh, JFF didn't pick you. I don't know. Maybe I was just not playing for the right location, or maybe I was just not being looked at as that quality. You know, maybe they had better qualities, you know, at the time. You know, but definitely I knew every story you're gonna get from my hometown, and even not just my hometown, but even when we went to Tivoli to play in their competition, I was still one of the fastest players. So that means I was still one of the biggest, fastest, strongest players in the country. Because I was always bigger than the size. And we played Manning Cup. Me and Jeffrey at the time, I thought, was still the two biggest and fastest players in the Manning Cup as well. Then we went on and played Remember, you know, Jason, we won Simba Outlet when we were 15, you know. Me and Jeffrey won Simba Outlet when we were 15 years old, you know. And we're bigger and faster than every big man when we were 15 years old. So I don't know if you know that. We were always big, besides like over 5'8". We are always that big, you know? Yes, Tivoli. Yes. That attitude we should have very confident, JD. Yeah, big up yourself, Lira. Yeah, man. We have to explain people that sometimes life does get good, you know. A man can't tell me that I should not cook my food and live decent. Brother, I want to live decent. Why me need to be unhappy? For make me feel good. Where you No, I wasn't skillful. I think I learned way more about football in Belgium than what I was. Just big and faster and stronger, physically stronger. Corville. I was just physically stronger back then. Physically stronger and faster. So speed and strength was just that's what I had. And the speed and strength was ridiculous. And I kept the speed and strength when I came here, but I had more knowledge to it. And believe me, when I saw how easy I could have done certain things that I never learned in Jamaica, football became much more easier. And that's why I kept telling people education is important. Because I found it out my own damn self. You know? No, Travis, I never played for Arnett. Maxfield, I played for Maxfield, Corville at the time. Then we played for Stats, played for Trenchtown, played for John Mills. So that's my footballing career in Jamaica. And then when I came here, I played one competition. And then after I went to work, and from I got the first paycheck, I realized that, and my kid was on the way. I had to do what I did, you know. Yes, and I don't regret it at all, because I made more money than every JPL players put together. So, so me going to work, what that means, if I'm gonna get 50 times what the JPL players they're making, you know, so that means I became more successful than every JPL player. So I am okay. I'm not sad, you know. I am happy that I went there and did my job, and it helped me to what I would say to where I'm at now. Definitely helped me big time, you know. to fit in and stuff. So yeah, man, people. Food time. Thanks yet again for a lovely one. We did what, 3.5 hours. Do you know who won the finals for the playoff amongst the parish of St. Anne and St. Mary and St. James King FC? Ooh, I saw an article that the police guys them qualified to the Premier League. I don't know which region it's coming from. Simon can tell us. Simon always posts all of those things, so I just needed to keep up with it. So let me see what Simon posted on the billion teams in Jamaica. It was the police guys them that won, right? Spanish Town Police, which is St. Catherine. That would be St. Catherine. Nothing beats education. El Granero, I can tell that in El Granero. You know when I know that nothing beats education, people? Let me tell that story before I get off. You made more money, but you probably felt you couldn't do it playing sport. Okay, you're just bad mind. You're just so you're just bad-minded. All right? You're just bad-minded me. All right? You're just bad-minding me, brother. You never knew if I could have made... When I went to the first trials, I scored 2 goals in Ghent in 15 minutes. So what are you saying? You never knew if I could have made it. But I've realized that I never had a lot more fundamentals. I never came here and lied to anyone. That's why I kept teaching people what could help us go far. You understand me? I try. One thing about me, I don't lie to myself, and maybe that's why I keep on elevating. Spanish Town Police youth. I don't believe a lot of police players play for it. Well, it's still police. You had that club named Police back then. Is it the same? No, I don't think so, because that police wasn't always in Spanish Town. Yeah, I think that police was always in Spanish Town, because we did play them in. I think we played them in what? Sim Bartlett? No, this should always be in St. Catherine, man. They should always be in St. Catherine. Yes, so the police always be in St. Catherine. JDF. I thought we played them before. Yeah, man, we played a lot of teams. All right, so yeah, but the story that I was actually going to talk about just a while ago, which one? JD have gone to tier 2. Yeah, because they changed it now. So you don't have any St. Bartlett, Major League, Super League. You don't have that in Jamaica anymore, right? You don't have... Yes, they are in Spanish now. Yeah, man, we played them a lot of times, man. We were... people, I went through the footballing ranks in Jamaica, man. Believe me. So you don't have Major League, Super League, and St. Bartlett. Me and Dilo, who better... No, Dilo was a centre-back, mainly. I was a full-back winger type player. And I want to say that even today, I might still have more technical ability than Damian Lowe. I think so. And what I've learned, JD have gone to tier 2 now. So tier 2 playoffs, all right. So tier 2. What is tier 2? Remember, I play forward as well in so. Like striker, and I play striker, because that's how I learned how to use my body more, because I have the physical size and strength, So I use that with the speed and stuff, We learned a lot, man. Believe me, man. Football, people, I always heard Wunun and Cranky and them, man, they saying football a simple game. I don't think so. I think we underrate how football has evolved, because remember, nothing is simple if everyone getting advanced with their brains. If everyone brains getting advanced as to what they do think, how can football become simple? All right, because now you have to always try to cancel out the next player you're playing against. So the more wiser they do get on the field, it's the harder the game will be. So that in itself, just by that logic, tells you football cannot be simple. You understand me? Because these guys are getting wiser. Him come back again with it. Football is very simple, made complicated by idiots. Jesus God. No, Wunun, you're looking at it wrong. What I've just said to you, Wunun, is the perfect summary of it. Football is down to the brain level of the individual you're playing. All right. So if you're playing one set of football scientists, you are going to have problems when you ain't touching that ball. You're gonna get a red card. you have to pluck two boys on the field with your stabber. All right. I am telling you, Wunun, I went there acting like I'm big, fast, and strong, and some 14, 15-year-old passing balls. And you can't touch the damn ball because they are not afraid of you running to come and kick them down. They can just pass and move. They don't have anxiety. In Jamaica, would have had the anxiety, run left the ball, or a man come hold to your life for kick you down. Yeah, those anxiety football don't work. These guys are very educated, and it's not as easy to push them around. Stop it. We are watching football. We are watching Jamaica team playing United States team at youth levels. And at no time on planet Earth you believe that Jamaica can win that game. You understand me? So you cannot tell me that football is so simple. It comes down to the IQ of the players them and the football knowledge that they do amassed. It is not simple because I'm watching and I've said, Jesus God, even Wunun here and saying that Jamaica can't win this game, you know. So that tells you the level that the next team is on. Because Wunun, that game, remember when Jamaica under 4 in 10 minutes. You saying, oh God, Jamaica can't win this game. This is foolishness. That is what Wunun said, you know. So that means it was so clear who is better, and it's not even a comparison. For one to say, no man, this is foolishness, may I go back on my bed. that was the one day I saw one get fed up. One say, this is a foolishness. Oh, we keep on doing this, man. Yes, I was never big, fast, or strong. Anytime at Chelsea, I could run all day, was intelligent and technical, outstanding. Them later, I become big, fast, and strong too. All right, so Wunun, stop selling the people the cocoa juice. Tell the people the truth. As you see, you explain your career. You told people that you go to what? You go to Portugal as well. You understand me? So stop telling people that it's simple, man. You know, because look at Yamal. Yamal ain't scared of no ball. He's just working to the system. Look at Barcelona last week. I saw them playing a ball game in the final day. I said, Jesus God, this is so lovely when I'm seeing the triangle chop and the way the girls them playing. I'm saying, oh my, it's on YouTube, people. You can go and watch it. So sometimes you don't see me on the internet. I'm on the internet, but I'm just doing something different. Believe me. Sweet football, you know, saying you can't tell me that is not education. These guys are using a ruler on the pitch. The next team cannot figure out what they are doing. No, JD is fat, slow, and weak. All right, so people, I'm gonna leave because Omzo always off his rockers, you know, and I can't bother with him, you know. He doesn't really show you any respect, you know. He has no behavior, you know, and he's in France, as to what he said, but he's always hiding because I would have walled him and give him 17 consecutive punch in his rib cage, you know. Yes, telling me about his 6'6". Well, I'm gonna chop down that 6'6" So keep bothering me, Omzo, and you're gonna get it. Tough Rudy, bless yourself, and everyone that came in. I thought it was a very good stream. We have organized and figured out what the problem for our streams were, and we are improving on that. So watch the next 2 videos, and we will be back within a day or 2. Football is difficult from a playing standpoint. I just mean from a coaching and understanding point. Okay. No, I understand. Wun. All right, people. So Wun and everyone, big up on yourself. Take care and see you in the next one. I have a next video to do, which is how Jamaica can qualify and how the Concacaf rules changes and how important it is and what Jamaica need to do to achieve those feats. All right, I think it's going to be a good video. Please do watch it. Bless up yourself, Jason. Bless up everyone that came in. Wunun, Tough Rudy, Omzo, Lance the Blake, Chevis, all of the mans from early as well that checked in. Chris Smith, Chorus, King FC. All right, you know, King FC. What kind of name is that? All right, King FC. Mind that is. All right, people, take care. Bye bye.